Hey y'all, welcome in today. We've got the investigative girly pops all together, all your favorite girls, Allie Top Files, Rio, Anna. We're all here together and we're going to do a super fun roundtable. How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, good. How are you?
Great. I have the cutest girls in the whole world in the stream, so I think we're kind of already winning.
You're so cute. It's so fun to finally get to talk to you guys like face to face. I mean, it's so much fun. We all sit there and, do our little research yap together. But anytime we actually get to talk about this stuff, I love it.
Me too. And like, we're always tagging each other on, I'll be like, did you guys see this? Blah, blah, blah. And like, so we get to all get together. Okay, cool. So I'm going to start it out with like the fun part where we're just going to react to super interesting things that have been circulating online. And then Allie's going to do what Allie does, and she's going to bring up all of her awesome drone research, and we're going to expand on that. So that's what we're doing today, y'all. And I'm going to share my screen and make this thing happen.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Sorry. Bear with me though, because there we go. Perf. Okay, here's our little cutesy slideshow. So y'all, I'm going to play this for everybody. This is a new angle. Well, new-ish angle on the internet, kind of showing the Rode mic and how large it is. I think when I first saw it, like, this is new to me. Allie said she saw it, but I don't know. It was one of those things where I was like, I didn't realize how huge this thing was. So I'm gonna click play and then we'll chat.
Have more kids than they can afford.
All right, there we go.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna pause it. Actually, I'm gonna go back.
That is
No more of this LGBT stuff.
It's just massive, and there's like a black thing at the top of his neck too. Like,
it's so much higher up than I thought it was. Why is it here?
I want to go back into that spot. It was like it went so fast. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Here's the pause.
Yep.
Okay.
What do y'all think?
It looks so different than I picture it in my mind. Like, I picture it sitting below his collarbone, not above it. I mean, it almost looks like it's over his collarbone. And then I also picture it being so much slimmer. Aren't they normally smaller than that?
well, there's that pom-pom thing inside. What do you call that thing? Ugh.
Like the boom.
Yes, but it still doesn't attribute to how massive his shirt is still popping out. And how look at the distance between the shirt neckline and his neck. Look how much how much is popping out. It's bizarre.
Also too, that must be a damn strong magnet. Sorry for my language, but like to hold up, I'm thinking about it's like this. It's like a square, right? That's just so much higher up. And isn't that, I guess, is where like the lapel magnet is at, and it should be reversed, right? The mic should be on the outside and the magnet should be on the inside.
Yeah. I think Meech, the guy who is the camera guy for Charlie, he was saying that they had started to do that a number of months ago. Now, I don't know. That was something that was introduced, by Visual Impulse. Could be a boiling the frog thing. But he was saying that, like, for the sound quality, that didn't make a ton of difference, but that mostly it was kind of a comfort. He's like, I never really understood because, like, it wouldn't be very comfortable to have it against your skin like that,
He did wear it on other Prove Me Wrong events outside. It alternated on his events. So I did see him wear it inside.
Probably the strength of the t-shirt too, right? Remember that they said that's a Carhartt t-shirt. So I'm thinking like it's a nicer quality cotton. And, there is a difference between like a nice cotton shirt's going to be able to hold that up. Whereas if it were like a cheaper material, it was going to like be slouchy. Y'all know what I mean?
Yeah, and like pull his actual collar down. Right. Yeah. It doesn't really impact the collar. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's
I thought it was so huge. I was like, oh my gosh. I thought it was going to be like this big, like a tiny little thing. I don't know. I should have bought one just to like figure out what it looked like. But this to me was shocking. I was like, oh my gosh, did the girls think this is way bigger than they thought?
I think you see the size of my phone? My understanding is it's half the size of this,
but like flat, right? Like I thought it was like relatively slim. Whereas, right.
That one is it's smaller. It's like
and this looks like a pager almost. Like it's the shape of a pager.
That is the shape that's actually a good description. So whenever I was looking at it, that is exactly what I think the model was. It looks like a pager. And I'm kind of surprised with the new tech that it wasn't a little bit more discreet, that they can't make it more compact. But
That's kind of what I was thinking. I thought it would be way slimmer. Now, like you said, if there's like something on it, the boom or whatever, it is going to make it look a little bit bigger probably to us. But yeah, I just did
Jordan
not expect
Henshaw
that.
did a video on it, and he bought the Rode mic. He put the exactly like that with the Freedom shirt on, and I said, "Well, now clap." I told me and him were going back and forth because he claps like too. Charlie claps, and the thing's just moving and it's puffing out, and he was doing it, and I said, I don't see the bulge, and he's like, Allie, I'm like, I don't see it. But shout out to Jordan, like he did a really good
Strange
video.
Shout out to Jordan.
Yeah.
He's the funniest. All right, let's see what else we got on the tea table here. Okay. So on this one, this is one of the people that were supposedly in the group chat with Charlie, where he said the $2 million, I had $2 million pulled, sick of you treating me this way, basically. We're going to listen to what he actually says, because I think it's pretty shocking. And it actually kind of gives a nod to Andrew Colvett, in my opinion, but let me know what you guys think.
That the way that those screenshots got to Candace is via Joe Kent. You see, this has never been made public before, Aaron. Right now on your show, this is I'm saying this. So let me explain. Andrew Colvett, who's was Charlie's number 2 guy, who now hosts the show. Andrew was in the chat group as well. He was one of the 9 people in the group.
9 people in the chat. So 9 people around Charlie Kirk would have kept this secret to hide what he really said.
I just wanted to get clarification, because that looks to me like Pisach Walicki, the rabbi. Okay, but it says Vinny underneath. Is that like just from the actual?
It's from the person I pulled it
from.
I think I think someone clipped it from where they got the show.
Okay,
that's
Thank you for helping my brain. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's not Vinny. That was a good distinction for the chat. This is not Vinny.
Rabbi Walicki.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you think Charlie was surrounded by people who were treating him well. Get real.
And he admitted at first, be perfectly honest, at first he was denying it. We didn't know how Candace got them, but then he admitted on the air on his show,
straight out of this guy's mouth, Andrew Colvett lying again,
that he had given these text messages and he gave them to, he said that on the show that he gave them to someone in the government. He told us that he gave them to someone in the government. And of course, the response of the people in the chat group was, you don't have a right to do that. This is a private chat group. There was no warrant. It doesn't work that way.
Yes, it does work that way.
Okay, so that's basically all we need to know. This guy is going on and saying, like, you don't have a right to give this information of a man who just died, the private group chat where he says all that stuff. What do you guys think?
Absolutely, you do. This is coming from a lawyer. You can either give it to the FBI to cooperate and help, or they can issue a search warrant. Do you want that? What I think there would be more pushback on if he hadn't. Now, I don't know whether he did or not, right? But with him saying that he doesn't have a right to do it, I'll be objective for Andrew Colvett right here. Yes, he does. Like, none of them are under any kind of privilege or protection to not do it. It's just like if they ask for like buccal swabs of Tyler's parents. You can either say yes, absolutely, which is what they did, or you can get a search warrant for it. We can make this easy or hard.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they would have even known?
Did he give those to did Andrew give that to Joe Kent? Is that what he said?
That's what he's implying.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think he's deducing that that's how they got to Candace. Is Joe Kent gave them to Candace because of Andrew Colvett. So he was like also placing the blame on Andrew.
You know what just occurred to me? If Andrew is saying that he gave them to Joe Kent, is that what he's talking about when he says that they gave them to the government?
I think he was meaning someone in the government.
Okay, that's not like the proper method anyways. You need to turn them over to the FBI, like straight up.
Yep.
Okay.
Pure spec, but my little personal theory has always been that it's possible that Andrew wanted to specifically point everyone's interest at different people. And so for me, that always kind of made it make sense why he would take certain pieces and then give them to Joe Kent, especially since we know that Joe Kent is someone who probably was looking into the potential foreign ties, and maybe he would be a little bit more inclined to believe that narrative that I think that Andrew might have been working on crafting in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That was what I always thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of thought maybe he was in the beginning under the assumption that they were going to give them some information, but hold a little bit back too. Because I don't know why you would give this to Joe Kent. I just can't see it unless you like have some sort of intention to do partially the right thing. But then also if you're being funded by an Adelson or something like that, I'm assuming you would probably change your tune pretty quickly.
It also seems like a way for him to say, I gave them to the government without actually going through the right channels. And so then therefore Joe can't, so Andrew keeps changing the goalpost kind of, and Joe can't damned if he does, damned if he doesn't, because if Joe Kent keeps them to himself, well, that benefits Andrew and everybody else. But if Joe Kent gives them to who they need to go to, then it's Joe Kent's fault.
Do you think Andrew Colvett did that to cover his butt?
I'm sure.
He might have been really scared in the beginning. I always felt like there was maybe a little bit of a intention to like paint the blame on certain like folks and certain groups. I'm not saying that I don't think that the Greatest Ally was involved. I do very much. I just wonder if potentially, somebody like an Adelson, who would love nothing more than to get rid of the prime minister, if she maybe would benefit from blaming this entire thing squarely on the prime minister. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, he was kind of set up in that way. Maybe that's why he came out and was like, wasn't me. Was not me.
Right. That was always my thought. Yeah, it was like a panic. Like maybe he had gotten some intelligence knowing that he was about to be blamed. Because it's weird, right? Within 48 hours. That's pure spec, but it's one of my little tinfoil theories.
Yeah.
Well, we do know they're
Candace, right? We don't know. That's all.
No. They're this guy's like deducing that. And also if you read the files, you can tell there's warring faction between these elites, because Bannon's like trying to subvert Trump and pretend like he's on his side. But, the guy with the island is like, we're going to play him like a fool. And then Trump says apparently to Colvett and Charlie, like, I'm going to take Adelson's money and then screw her over. Like these people play games that we just are not privy to that information. So it could be multiple things, in my opinion.
I've always thought that it was either Colvett or Erica who sold Trump out to the Adelsons. And then I think Butler happened.
Someone had to.
Right? The timing is uncanny. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Colvett and Charlie who were in the bathroom having that conversation with Zion Dawn, right? So it would make sense that there's only a limited number of people who would have been able to do that. I don't think that Charlie would have. That's just not my impression.
He wouldn't have.
But Colvett, or anyone that Charlie maybe told or that Colvett told.
Right. I mean, think about it. Your business partner was there. You share your wife with your bed with your wife. At this point, you're not thinking that who you're living your life with would ever do something like that. And it's sickening to me, because no matter what you think about Trump, that's treason to me. You don't sell out your president like that.
Right. Right. But, if I'm not mistaken, and I do believe this is like established, Andrew Colvett, who was working with Johnny Moore throughout the beginning of his career as his mentor, they were both employed by the Adelsons for a long time. So I just don't know how much of that money you can really walk away from, or at least of that relationship and power dynamic that you're ever able to really get away from,
That takes me right back to those June, July Google search trends that we found out of Vegas with Johnny Moore, Andrew, Erica, and then Lance and Tyler.
Yes. And the France phase. I'm not sure if you guys, have been following along with what Rio and I have been doing. We've been working a bunch. We work a bunch on Google Trends and stuff. And we wanted to take a look to see if we could find data clusters. That's just kind of the part of it that we work on. That's just like the part of the tool that I love, and I think it's really helpful. But we find sometimes that there will be these little sections of just like a week or a weekend when a bunch of really similar terms are being searched in a specific area. So we kind of had narrowed it down to Las Vegas, as an area that we thought deserved more of a look, between Spider Cash being there, Mima being there, like, it's a hotbed for really morally righteous stuff, I'm sure. Well, right. Like, yeah. And we wanted to take a look to see if any folks thought that any of these people were associated with Las Vegas. So what we had run into was a very specific weekend, just one weekend in 2025, July 23rd through 27th, I think, right? And during that time period, someone in Las Vegas was searching for Johnny Moore, Andrew Colvett, Erica Franz-Fay, Lori Franz-Fay, the dad, what's the dad's name? I can't remember now. Kent Franz-Fay, right? And then Tyler Robinson, Lance Twiggs, and Tyler Robinson, Lance Twiggs' specific address down to their apartment number, all in Las Vegas on the same weekend. And that was what was so strange about it, was the idea that, if it was just random hits, but like, it seemed as though maybe somebody thought that these people were all affiliated. So that's a thread that
opened up a new TPUSA in Las Vegas as well.
They did in the March in 2026. So at that time, it was, there wasn't like anything for sure in the works. And again, who knows? But somebody thought all those people.
I think that's where they're doing I think that's where they're going to do the, the museum for. That's what I thought.
Also did that
museum for my Charlie, our Charlie. I think that's where it's going to be in Las Vegas.
Yeah. And they also did that Student Action Summit in July 11th through the 13th, 2025, the one where Tucker goes off the rails, Go Max, Megyn Kelly stuff. So I'm not surprised that was Googled, quite right after it, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then he had dinner with Tucker, right?
Right. And I mean, what's funny is we noted she was using her maiden name for that, whoever was looking her up. And then as far as you're talking about, like, pick your Patsy, these two boys were unknown. It's not like anybody knew who they were. It's not like these girls are going on a girls trip to Vegas, like, ooh, let's talk about these cute boys that we know that live together. I know, like, it's just a data point, but you got to use common sense. It's like, I might not have all the rest of the evidence, but that's clear as day to me.
No one even knew who Andrew Colvett was.
No, I know.
So if you have all these names, it's so weird to me, because I'm like, I couldn't have picked him out of Adam. Like, I would have had no idea who the heck he was. Erica, maybe I might have like remembered her from something. Is oddly enough, my mom followed her Facebook account, so she knew who she was, and she was like, "I'm waiting for something to happen in September." And I'm like, what do you mean in September? Like, she had this countdown or something on her Facebook.
Countdown.
What was it about?
What was
it never came out. It was a mystery.
I think it was biblical. That was just because she's biblical, so I just think it was biblical.
Well, what did you that, Allie?
9. It was so
was
she
16?
put I am. How we reference I am in Abraham and Hebrew. I am. Almost like how Donald Trump goes, I am Donald Trump, and he signs his thing. I hate that. So I am, and then she put 9:16. Yeah. So I looked up the Bible quote 9:16. We can do that right now. There's different Bible verses. There's like John. There's a whole bunch of them, but it was just I did a whole thing on it. I believe it was just like the end of Christ. So I don't know. Somebody look up John 9:16. I don't know.
Okay.
Did you look into, Allie? I think I remember it being like right at the same time she was releasing that, there was a video compilation of her saying, like, to her mother, like, we wanted to be the first to tell you.
Yes, that's the same one. 9:16.
Same one.
Same one. She wants to tell her something. So a lot of people said, oh, she was going to go to the, like, why would you tell your mom I'm going to go to the lawyers and sign stuff? Remember that, Adn? Like, she was going to.
Idiot.
I just don't believe that, because she's biblical. So whenever I look at her, look at what she does. Everything's Bible verses all the time. She didn't put the she just put 9 and 16. She didn't put the it's a message for me. It's for me, it's biblical all the time, because that's what she is. She does the tours. Everything is going towards Judeo-Christian. That's just the vibe. I do Pastor Sunday all the time. Adn knows that. I don't know what you guys think, what the 9:16 means, but
that'd be cool to look up right now. That is
I'm gonna do it right
on
now.
a side. I honestly thought whenever I saw that, and I didn't know who Erica was until the day Charlie died. But whenever I looked her up that day, I was like, were they scheduled for a C-section or something that day? Because do you remember her second pregnancy? She didn't come out. She stayed away from the camera. And so I was like, oh my God, is she, excuse me, but is she like pregnant? Is she going in for a C-section? Because that would be a cool way to say it, you know, to announce it if you're going to. But no, obviously not. Thank God.
Well, I also wondered if it had something to do with her, like her proclaim stuff and her Bible study, like all that. But I didn't follow her. Like my mom though was like waiting for it. I'm like, how did you know who this was? And she's like, yeah, I've been waiting for her to drop something. And then this happened. I'm like, well, she's not going to drop anything, but like, that's weird, you know? So
whenever I started, you know, obviously like TikTok was flooded with all of Charlie's clips that we can't even see now, but it is so strange because whenever I saw Erica at that time, and then I saw her in some past clips with him at the debate table, I thought this is not the same woman. They don't even look the same.
So I looked up the Hebrew. It's in my shorts. So if you go to my shorts, I have the video of Erica walking with Charlie and the kids, and it says I am 9:16, the countdown, right? So I said, okay, let me look up what it means in Hebrew. It's Hebrew 9:16 means God's agreement or covenant required the full death of Jesus Christ to become fully active and valid for the forgiveness of our sins.
Really?
That's Hebrew 9:16?
Yes.
Hebrew. Okay. All right.
I'm going there. I'm going there because that's what I believe she's biblically always referencing. Okay. That's what I do. You can look up other verses. Okay. I think people in the chat are doing that too. Some people in the chat's great.
Let's see what the Bible
equals Masonic. Okay.
It is Mason.
Revelations. You can do Revelations. 9:16 is about 200 million horsemen after Euphrates dried up. I don't know if anybody else wrote anything. Yeah, it's just she put a dot. She put 9:16.
Yeah,
we don't know if she was waiting for September 16th, the countdown. She said countdown.
I always thought that countdown was for the day that they were going to go and change Charlie as well.
That's what everybody was saying. Why would you have a countdown for that?
Well, because they hide everything in plain sight. They it's like a mockery. It's like 33 hours, 33 whatever, and it's like a way of signaling and like kind of communicating to one another, like we got one on them, but it's like hidden. It's a hidden.
That's why I look at the Bible verse too. It's also her signals. She does it a lot on one of her videos. Adn probably knows which one I'm talking about. You remember when she was on the Charlie Kirk show and the screen was blue and they're both looking at each other? Do you remember that one?
And that one was highly edited, actually. What we got, did you see that video that came out? And it was like, they made them look so lovey-dovey, but it wasn't that way.
Mm-hmm. That was Elizabeth
a bit of it, but she's biblical in there too. She's like really talks about all that stuff. And everything on her Bible 365, she's all biblical. So that's where my mind is going. I don't know what you guys think. What do you think, Adn? Like 9:16?
I thought you were onto something with that because I do believe they do try and hide things in plain sight, like we're all talking about. I actually kind of thought maybe that was the day they were going to choose if she's going to be CEO or not. Yeah. She ended up being announced on the 18th, so we don't know when that stuff happens, right, behind closed doors when they actually make the vote or the discussion or whatever. But that was a thought I had, but it wasn't announced that day, so I don't want to speculate really, but it was just a thought in my head that maybe that was when that sounds messed up, but like maybe it was something.
And then some people thought she was pregnant or something as well. She was going to announce that. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking at Old Testament 9:16.
Oh, go there, girl. Go there.
Well, you have to. That's all they reference. Somehow we leave out the New Testament a lot with these folks.
Yes.
Figured.
Yeah,
right. You guys want to watch the Alex Clark thing while Rio's looking this up?
Yeah,
all right, perfect.
Keep going. Might get. Did I derail us? No.
No. Everything is perfectly derailed. I love when it goes that way.
They were doing really shady stuff to try to take down Charlie Kirk. The next day, I didn't know what to do there's police all over the office, phone calls, and just crying and sobbing. And like, I remember being so scared to walk my dog because I just thought, like, are they just like plucking us all one by one? You know, are we under the attack? Like those of us who are public facing Turning Point employees, like, are they coming for us? Like I was so, like, every car that drove by, I was so scared. I was so jumpy for like the next couple days. And we didn't know what was going on.
I'm going to play that
They were
first
doing
part.
really shady stuff to try to take down Charlie Kirk. The next day, I didn't know what.
Who
Would she
is
say that in the beginning?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You said it so fast.
They did, and they made her voice faster. All right, I'm gonna say it. Play it again.
They were doing really shady stuff to try to take down Charlie Kirk. The next.
Who's they?
Exactly. That's why I wanted you guys to see this. Who is they?
Well, also, like, if she was genuinely scared, concerned, I would kind of understand. But it seems very put on by her choice of words and like her saying, I'm jumpy about this, I'm jumpy about that. It's like, okay, well, like I think about Candace Owens, who is concerned everywhere she goes. Probably you don't hear her saying things like that. It's like, yeah, we're all concerned.
Are they trying to find a new emotional asset to push the? Because we're not. I mean, nobody wants any harm to go to Eric Kirk. Like no one has ever. That's a wholly unserious idea. Yeah. And I think they know that that's like not really flying. So I can't help but wonder if they're going to need a new emotional asset. You know,
they're going to need a new psyop.
Yeah. Right. Because if it's like, oh, she's so, they were so, and I guess maybe it's the left furry boyfriends or whatever, then maybe they need somebody else who can try to kind of like make people worry about something happening to them. I don't know. I feel so bad. I really the genuine impression I have at this point is Candace Owens really may have been Charlie's only friend in the end, and that's pretty sick, especially since a lot of other folks seem to have really cared about him until there was an amount of money or power dangled in front of them that was supposed to convince them to change their minds.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I can see it just a little bit bigger, I thought I could see her genuinely like tearing up a bit and like doing one of these where you're like trying to make sure you don't say the wrong thing. Because when she says they were trying to take him down, she never said who. And I thought that was really weird because I don't know. I don't know if she's implying the left. I like maybe it would be good to find the whole video if she's like the left was always whatever. Right. But I felt like when she's like the police were coming into the office and doing all these things. I don't know, that seemed a little interesting wording to me. Why? You know what I mean? That how the police were coming to the office and they were worried about things. That seems internal a little bit. Like the wording there is coming across to me as like, I don't know why they're looking through stuff at Turning Point. You know what I mean? That's like where I was thinking that in my head.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. And it's always a good thing to like keep our minds open and being flexible to like, there will be moments when people are just speaking their truth, that could be absolutely a genuine moment. So you're right. And we shouldn't let our opinion based on, how different people maybe were involved with Turning Point or weren't. We shouldn't make that just have us consider things one way. And so being open to the idea that maybe she's just telling the truth there. But yeah, I really do want to know where that, who she meant,
Who's the they? Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
That's probably worth a deeper dive, that video. And we can try and track it down after the show and like look at it. Because to me, it's like, what was the intention of the interview? Right. And then the other thing is, it's like, it's actually funny. I'll go back in time. I actually liked Alex Clark. I liked Alex Clark before all of this. This is the weird thing. I didn't really know Charlie Kirk like that besides when I saw him with Tucker Carlson, because I watched Tucker and I watched Alex, which is really funny. And I watched her as a younger mom at the time. This was years ago, though, at this point. But I did like her. And she was the reason why I started becoming a little bit more conservative. Because I was like, oh, my gosh, she's crunchy. She was more Maha. She wasn't like so MAGA, right? Like now we can see her as like a TPUSA shell. And at the time she seemed really genuine. And after I saw what she put out with Andrew Colvett, I was just thinking to myself, wow, like, is she scared or was she always this way? Like, that's where I was going. And I haven't watched her like in a few years, but I will say that's the only reason I literally probably knew about Charlie Kirk's organization, which I find kind of weird.
Well,
it's very possible that there's different motivating factors for different people. So the idea that it couldn't be that there's intense pressure being lobbied against some of these people in order to kind of, keep them in line. It could be that they're benefiting. It could also be that they're under an intense amount of pressure because honestly, someone that they knew for years was just killed in front of them, right? So it would make sense. So yes, we should save space for giving her grace, given that we don't know. I'm always loath to be mean to the girls, it took me a while on Erica too. It's hard, but at the same time, realistically, I don't know. I wouldn't sit down with anyone.
I wouldn't either, but that's probably now like one of her new bosses because she's part of the podcast sphere.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Yes, she has a show. And so it's not like she's working at Turning Point as like under a Tyler Boyer or under like an Erica Kirk. Like she probably works more with Andrew Colvett.
Oh, is she in Salem Media?
Yeah, didn't she do something with him before?
Salem Media too,
or something?
I think she's still. So she had her own show when I was listening to her, and then she changed it. It was kind of like spilling the tea and conservative stuff, and kind of like a Brett Cooper vibe. Right. And then she changed it to something about the apothecary. I didn't watch this show. Oh, this is why I'm like, okay. She changed it, and I didn't follow up with it. But she was previously just on air that I knew of. Like she doesn't do what they do at TPUSA, from what I can understand. I feel like she's a network person and not a, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like she probably did feel like she had to go to bat for Colvett. Like,
yeah, she does a lot of interviews with all of them since this happened, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I don't know, I don't know her personally, but I just felt like that would be such a strange position. And she has a really good point about they were trying to do stuff to Charlie. And I thought that was really weird that she was allowed to say that.
Yeah, well, they control what any of them that they give a mic to, is going to say. And, also too, like when there's healthy criticism, when you set out to actually like someone, but you're really taking it all in, it's not so much about like giving grace. It's like, it's not about being mean, like just because you have a criticism. That's not like being mean. And I think that they beat us over the brow with that. It's like, if you have anything to say, you're being mean, you're like an anti other girl, And then just the other thing I was going to say is like, I didn't hear like a quiver in her voice. And I don't know about y'all, but whenever I'm about to cry, like that's where it like you could hear it.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear it. I only saw, and you can think of dead kittens and make your eyes cry.
Right. Well, and we saw the Glenn Beck thing Allie put out, so we definitely know there's tricks.
We're just like the
with the
eye.
Right.
I'm definitely don't.
Can you believe that? I can never unsee that.
What was it? I didn't see it.
Oh my God, Allie, do we have it somewhere close? We've got it.
You would like it.
I do have it. I have it.
I was gonna say I've posted it somewhere on X too. I can probably pull it up. But oh my gosh, she's like dabbing on his eyes and making the weirdest faces literally I've ever seen. It is so funny.
It's pretty bad.
I always cry at the most inappropriate times. I wish I could control it like that.
Well, I think like that's what everybody said in the beginning. That's what Erica Kirk was using, the tear stick. And then when I saw Glenn Beck actually using it, admitting that they're using it for him to cry just before he goes on Fox News. Where he used to work.
Oh my God, I found it, Allie.
Okay.
I found some of it. I had quote posted it. So let me see if I can get this pulled up really quick. My gosh.
If my eyeliner or my mascara gets into my eye, I'm gonna cry. But like obviously her makeup never runs.
No, they use some kind of cream in it and it goes into your eye and it just starts to
water it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Surprised it doesn't mess up her blue contacts.
Oh yeah.
Does she have blue contacts?
That is what I have heard, is that she actually has hazel or brown eyes and that she wears those.
That is correct. I showed a really, really close up picture of her eye and it does look like she's wearing the lens.
Which in that moment, that's whenever I feel like I'm being mean or attacking a woman, is whenever it's like, yeah, that's really weird. I don't want to bring it up because I don't want people to think I'm going after like her aesthetics or something. But so many times I have to hold back on what she's wearing. And I just would be like, oh man.
Right. Okay, Rio, this is like screenshots of it. So this is his face.
Stop.
And they
had a photographer there taking pictures as
that's
he was
her dabbing his eye.
Yeah, and Allie made this collage and I had reposted it.
Because Erica, okay, look at this was back when she in that picture in the middle, that's when she was Miss Arizona, right? And she went to go see her eye doctor. And there was a whole clip of this. And they are like, you know, taking pictures of dabbing eyes. Like I thought this was weird because that's all she does. It's bizarre. I thought it was
insane.
My favorite one is the top right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's the most traumatizing one. There's one more picture though, Allie. I think that was really traumatizing. I'll have to send it to you guys later.
That's so funny. We should play caption this. We should have a contest, and whoever like makes the best one in each of them get the prize.
But look at the two on the end. Look at Erica's on the left and the right. They're making the same face, like yeah, like that. The same one.
I can't believe she got me. She got me with that thing. She got me in that video.
We all got
in the memorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when she was saying that I forgive him, I was like, what a beautiful vision of like, you know, I was like,
I was done. When she
no,
said that,
and she got me. Oh my
I
gosh.
left the room. I'm like,
I was like, what a beautiful, you know, feeling of, I was like,
sweet.
The Lord is with this woman. I fell for it. It was a line and sinker. I had been very skeptical of her when she had her little thing out the window with the necklace out the window. I was like, there's no way. That's so weird. Felt so forced. And then she hit me with that I forgive him. And I was like, she is living as Christ.
Listen.
This moment, I was crying. I was boo-hooing.
Listen, it's totally fair.
Can't forgive us.
Because it's totally fair because I think like it's funny that that's the one that got you, because the one that got me before that everybody else was like, no, that's weird, was the casket thing. Why did the casket thing not bother me at first? Because I was like, if that was my husband and they killed him, I would show them how real it is, and then I would like scorch earth to go kill them, like not go on a book tour. But anyways, now in retrospect, it's gross.
Yeah. Everyone grieves different. We just hadn't gotten to the hat throwing stage at that point, you know.
No merch had been sold.
Right. Her first speech too. Her first moment when she came in on screen. It didn't even look like her. I don't know who that was till this day. It doesn't look like her. That did it for me and the memorial, I guess. Of course, the casket, because after that, I already knew. It was when she said, like, after all that, when I saw the casket stuff, I already knew, and I'm like, okay, let me just give her some grace. Let me just give her some grace and watch this memorial. And it was bizarre. Frank's speech was bizarre.
I thought everyone's speech.
Like, Rick was there. And why is he named? That's how I found out everybody's name. He literally told everybody's name in the SUV. Nobody even noticed that. That's how I found. I go, oh, there's a Rick. Let me go find him. Oh, there's a Justin. Let me go find him. That was like way back in September. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I know all the people. Thank you, Frank. Thank you,
Frank.
I felt like the only person there that cared about Charlie was Tucker Carlson. I remember watching the video and being like, is this the only one? Because like Andrew Colvett threw up his arm in like a celebration for the Charlie Kirk show. I thought that was really weird. Like I remember watching that and being like, I told my mom, because I was watching it with my mom, and I was like, Mom, like this guy did not like Charlie. Like why would he put his arms up and celebrate?
Right. Exactly. He didn't like him. That was my impression.
Yeah.
And you remember what Rob McCoy said? You remember what Rob McCoy said?
He's America's pastor? That one?
Oh, yeah, that one.
I remember seeing like, I don't know who you are, my dude.
Without Charlie Kirk's presence, we held the most biggest event in history. Is what he said at the memorial.
That's sick.
Without Charlie Kirk's presence, TPUSA held the most, It was just like, well, of course it's going to be big. He's not here. It was just the most bizarre thing I ever heard.
I think so. They're just poor Charlie, man. That's so awful. I hate it. I hate what they've done to this. I'm so worried about this Kirk anniversary like thing that they're trying to, and it's in. What, you're going to hold it in the menorah? What's the plan? What is the plan? What are we doing?
Did they say they were going to do it on the lawn again? I didn't catch that or not.
Inside.
No.
Thank God.
Like some Odinistic ritual.
Yeah. It's gonna be inside. I saw a statue being like delivered in a pickup truck. I don't know if you guys saw that on my X.
It's ugly. I'm sorry.
I mean, like, why would you deliver it in the back of a pickup? Like, it was just. Can you put it in a trailer or something?
Because they don't have real class. They don't have real class.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, Artifact says that's real. So, I mean, what? No, it can't be. It has to be a joke.
I mean, the poor artist. I didn't make any public comment just because I was like, I'm not going to put that energy out there. Because the artist probably really intended to. I mean, he carved the whole thing, right? So that's beautiful for him to do that. But the thing is, god awful. It's ugly.
I'm calling it. They're going to have all this artwork there. They're going to have.
They're going to sell it, auction it.
They're going to have these big paintings of him and people's sculptures. It's all going to be there at this memorial. I bet you any money.
That would make sense. Or if they bring it to this, museum or whatever the case may be, that would make sense too. I don't like that. I just, I mean, it's funny because you see, yes, I'm sure that the artist, the sculptor, like, was intending for that to be a beautiful tribute.
I'm sure.
I don't think that they were intending to put it uncovered on the back of a truck and like on the back of a pickup. Like if you really wanted it to be, if it was a real turning point, like good gesture, you don't parade it up the freeway. You don't put it in Times Square. I was like, is it going on a tour? What are we doing here? They took it
literally tacky. You can't teach class, and it's new money and it's stolen money. Yeah. And it doesn't matter if you have money or not. You're either classy or you're not. Like if you don't have that thing in you that's like, this is tacky,
right?
Then we can't help you, and they're all, it's a den of sin over there. Like the level of depravity, especially that I've been like hearing, is like, okay, I'm not perfect, at all. But like the degree at which they take it, and yet they are parading around as being pious individuals.
Mm-hmm.
It is really true that the evil lurks and hides behind like a righteous face.
Yep.
It's wild to me.
Right in front of our faces.
I thought it was really strange to just see, kind of like you guys saying, like out in the open like that. Having a little bit of humbleness when you're trying to do something good is typically a Christian philosophy. So I did find it a little odd. Now I do think I haven't seen it close enough to see if it's like it's good or not. I just saw it and was like astounded. But I kind of feel bad for the guy or the girl, whoever made it, because it's like now the whole world has seen it, and it wasn't
big unveiling.
It wasn't an unvailing thing, right?
It was. Yeah, that's strange. So I don't know. I just felt like, is this a PR thing? Like, what is this? Like, what am I looking at?
Parading him through the streets. In fact, I've had some concern, like people sending me feedback about their concern about making Charlie into a Christ-like martyr, and it's scaring a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well,
right from day one, right from the first day.
Well, look at the countdown, Allie. I mean, that's like when you read that, the Hebrew 9:16, I was like, oh, yes. Okay. Was she talking about this? That's what it feels like. I mean, I'm sure she wouldn't be that obvious. I don't know if she could be that foolish, but
the people who I think Charlie is dead. Okay. But there are still people who think that there's a chance that he's alive. And I was asking about that, like, why do you think that or whatever? And it's not so much of like how he was taken down. It's more or less because they are like Christ-liking him, and they're concerned that they're going to like try to raise him from the dead.
Wow. I've heard so many things. I've heard he's been like, like the sacrificial thing as well.
Oh, that's my board. I think.
Yeah, you like that board?
Sacrificed and eaten.
I did a couple boards of that. The Mason stuff. I just feel like, I think I showed that on your show last time, Anna, like just the flower pots.
Yes. Yeah.
The representation of what they mean in Masonic.
Yep.
And then just the paving and the tools and all that stuff. That's all Masonic. And I'm saying we all know what Utah is. I don't have to explain it to you guys. So
yeah,
it's very, very
just
Zion down
I don't
there.
want to think about such things.
I know, but it's good to like to know that's what people are concerned about. And I said, I wouldn't be surprised Charlie is dead, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do something with like, those crazy masks that they got on now. It's, but in the end, the Bible and God is going to win. It's not, they can do all they want and try to predict all they want and build these bunkers and whatever. But it's concerning.
Well, I think because we haven't got a lot of insight on where he's actually buried or what happened to him, that's what happens with cases like this, is like there's a huge gap. And not that they need to give away the exact location. There's a tactful way to do this if he is somewhere,
Can I have one thing?
That's great.
Right.
Just one thing.
To that point, Allie.
Everything was public.
Right.
Okay.
And to be, how Charlie Kirk would say, charitable.
Yeah.
I could understand that sentiment to a degree, but he was a public figure. So don't get mad at people for asking questions about what happened to somebody who had millions and millions of followers, had a huge ear to the president, completely influential, because like, what have we seen happen to MAGA now? Completely split, because Charlie Kirk was the glue holding these people together. People would say that all the time. He was the one throwing events. He was the one getting people to talk. He was doing all these things, and people know that, and they know it even more now, but they're wondering what happened to his body. Where can I pay respects to him? Is there anything we can do?
Maybe they'll announce it on the 9th.
Maybe
on the 10th. Sorry, the 10th.
It just seems like such an obvious error to not, like, if they were trying to actually hide the body itself, whatever they did with it. My guess is cremated, but who knows? Just because they're trying to cover their tracks, But why does it not make sense for them to just do like a not a burial, but oh my gosh, what is that called?
Life?
Yeah, and and then they could have the headstone. I mean, they could make it seem as though he was buried in a place, or put in like a mausoleum even, which I think would be appropriate for someone of his standing, socially, for him to have like an actual, area within a mausoleum.
She doesn't want anybody to desecrate it, is what she said. So
get over herself. Like, honestly,
she has something planned in the works. She said it's going to be a museum style thing for her Charlie. Our Charlie, remember that? And she said it's going to be it's in the work. So
yeah,
I mean, she's had a year, so I don't know what the heck's going on. And there's enough money to make it. If you want to make a big, huge thing that it's completely encased and nobody can get into it, she can do that. I think they have enough money to do that. So
here's how I feel about it too. Is like, okay, yeah, it is Charlie Kirk, and you're like afraid people are going to desecrate it. Get off your fucking high horse, really. Like, I'm sorry. No, JFK is buried in Arlington. Everybody is buried in Arlington. Put it in a cemetery where it's protected, and you're not going to do that. Like,
that's what she's trying to do. I think that's what she's trying to do. Just stop. Yeah, she's going to do that. But I did a video on the Elvis versus
makes me mad.
Elvis versus Charlie, and I think she's kind of going to do something like that, where you don't have to pay the taxes where you put the body or something, because Elvis is buried in Graceland. So I think she's going to do something like that. That's just my opinion.
So what, they're holding his body until they
find a place to, so they can get the whole rights of it, just like Graceland, the same thing. And you'll notice all of them are buried there. So Priscilla fought to get the rights to go there. I don't want to get off track, but all of them are going to be buried in Graceland.
Is that where Lisa Maria is at?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's kind of strange because they sold their mansion.
Yeah,
exactly.
They don't have, besides TPOSA headquarters, what are you going to do? Bury him there? Make a section there?
Yes.
I mean, you get what I mean? Like, he doesn't have
in Las Vegas.
Dolly Parton has an estate, right? That would make sense. Mm-hmm. I've been to her house on a Nashville tour. Like,
yes,
you could bury Dolly at her house.
Where is Trump's ex-wife buried?
On the golf course. I was thinking.
There you go.
Is she really?
She is.
He doesn't pay taxes.
What are they going to do? Like, give him his own apartment burial, like in that condo they share with Stacey Sheridan? What are they doing?
I think they're doing that. They're in the works of making that happen. Guys,
and they're preserving the body. Is that what they're actually?
So he's sitting in a.
She's going to make a Graceland. She's going to make a Charlie Graceland. Is what she's going to do.
You know what? I love Vegas, and I know that everybody has their feelings about it. But to me, the thought of them, doing this in Vegas, I'm like, can I have one thing? That's one place, like, not
Yeah.
this. Now
She's
that's the
got a
tipping
lot of
point for
things.
Vegas.
Well, it's funny. It's a, Christian organization, but you guys are trying to somehow get in bed with Las Vegas. I just,
Yeah.
Oh my
let's
God,
be-
maybe
let's
it's
be real.
makes sense.
Let's be real. Like, there
Right.
are a bunch of like
Maybe it'll be a
big
church
churches
style
that go
place.
there,
Maybe
but
they'll make it like a church style place, put him in there. I don't know.
it is literally the city of sin, and it's like, yeah, like, it doesn't mean that everybody can go there. There are people who live there, churches, but the irony of you guys entering him there, like, and it's weird.
Mhm.
These people are way too much. Can they just go away for 6 months and let's all forget about them just a little bit? I'm like, that's the real PR advice that Andrew Colvett should have been giving Erica this whole time. Just go be with your kids, and in 6 months come out and we can do a rebrand or something, because whatever this is, and for it to just continue to go. And now we're coming up on the anniversary. Okay. And now are you going to bring the actual flares? Are you going to bring the merch? You got to bring the merch. Is there going to be specialty anniversary merch? Like, the conversations I know that they're having on their Zoom, like FaceTimes, and you know what I mean? Their meetings right now. It makes me like angry. I get angry with what they're doing with it. I just don't like it. And I feel so bad for him. And I'm just so sad that he didn't have like more real people who are able to like carry on his mission in his absence.
I think that's a good point. And like when you think about what happened during the memorial and after, and then the phone calls we heard from back in the Zoom interview days, I can't even imagine what they're saying right now, because it's like not everything needs to be about making a profit. Some things can just be about goodwill. Like that is like what they need to rebrand on, I think, because you are supposed to be a charity.
A charity, right?
It's a little weird.
Christian organization.
All right, I'm going to show you guys
like a lot of land. It has something to do with, I think you still have to pay some kind of property tax, but if she did do it, like if she did have her mansion still, let's just say she could do that. She could have had it. She could have it in her backyard if she so chose. But I think that would be kind of icky. So I'm wondering
how creepy that is. I don't know. For some reason,
well, Graceland, Elvis is buried there. It's not creepy.
Yeah, but nobody lives at that mansion, right? Oh
no, it's a museum. It's like a museum style.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is. But nobody's like living at the house, though. It would be, and I assume I've actually only seen. I've been to it, but I don't know how many acres they have in the backyard. But y'all also know, like, the part of Memphis that is in is like the craziest, right? It's like you have the Plain, the Lisa Marie across the street, and then you have Graceland, and then it's like the hood too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Memphis is the hood.
But it'll be interesting to find out where he goes.
It really will be.
Yeah.
All right. I have this photo to show you guys. It's a tweet from shout out to Melly Fresh. She sent me this right after I went on Stu to talk about the crowd size and everything. She had put this tweet out to me, and she said she had tried to get information from this guy, but they were saying how Caleb Chilcutt was one of the event planners for the 9/10 event. And he goes on record and says 9/10 was supposed to be one of the biggest events TPUSA had, one of the best engagement of ideas. Instead, a man poisoned by hateful ideology decided to silence Charlie, silence TPUSA, and silence free speech. I hope he spent every day for the past 7 months in regret and every day for the rest of his life. And this is what Melly said found.
He's chapter president, just so you know. He's chapter president.
Yeah.
Which
he was helping event plan for that day, is what she told me.
Oh, he's UVU president?
Chapter, yeah, he's a chapter president. He was one. Do you remember? I don't know if you guys remember the AmFest. He was standing there when she did a slip of her tongue that day. She said grift. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember that?
Oh, yes.
He was standing right there. He was standing right there. She goes, "No, you're not a grifter." She goes, "Man, it's been a long day." She said, "Grift, gift." She goes, "Oh my goodness. Gift."
Yes, grift.
you guys remember that? She said grift?
Yes, I do. And that was so, and like people always like to say Freudian slip, but it's like there's only so much you can control when you're talking. Like there is only so much. I don't know if you guys have ever like effed up a million times and then you're like, all right, I'm just giving in. I'm not going to talk anymore. Because you can't say the right thing.
You want to talk about like a Freudian slip? Do y'all remember when Nicki Minaj was on stage and she made that?
That was just
And Erica was like,
bad.
it's okay. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Oh my
Well,
God.
and she's a wordsmith. Like, that's not just anybody talking. This is somebody who does this for a living, and she has made millions doing it. So that says a lot to me. And she probably knows how to talk to people. I mean,
Right. It came out. What was it? What it was that she said? Like his it was a way, I don't remember, but you know, it was.
she said JD Vance, the assassin.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Yeah, it was a little messed up.
Like, you know, I mean, maybe I guess she must be watching my show. Just joking.
Yeah.
The body snatcher.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Well, and I thought this was interesting because they had said they were only permitting for 600 people. Then what I talked about on the show with Stu was that they actually were getting pretty decent updates from people RSVPing as well for the event. And they had told security, like, hey, we'll probably have about 1,500 people. They never revised the permit. And then double to that showed up. And so they expected a huge crowd. We're permitted for 600 people, 3,000 to 4,000 show up. And then they don't have the ambulance. They don't have, you know, the proper, like when you have these events, you're supposed to have health stations, especially over 1,000 people. Like, and they knew that. That to me is crazy work. Like,
Yeah, they should be getting fined by the city for like violating fire code. I mean, it's like, it's quite evident. You know.
And then there's I did this on my show on Pastor Sunday. Rabbi Shahim on 9/10 said Charlie Kirk is the Abraham of our times.
Oh, please.
Okay. And he said there was 3,000 people there. How would he know that? First of all, right away doing and you know what 3,000 is. I'm biblical here, guys. The promised land.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. This 3,000 is over and over and over again. In the 1223, when he got shot, that's another biblical. Go look up what 1223 is. When Jack Posobiec said 1223, it's all we're biblical here. Like,
do you think there was an internal fight between whether it would be 3,000 or 3,300 for every single? You know, the 33, the Masonic.
Do we really know, Adn, how many people were really accounted for?
No, the number they put out and wanted us to hear was 3. And then other people were saying up to 4. And there was a video I just saw. I re-looked at it on someone who was posting throwback videos of the event. And even looking at the crowd, not from what we normally saw, but when they were all running away. And it was a weird angle. It wasn't like that the Life is Driving video. It was a totally different one. And I was like, I see 1,000 people right there, like in this green grass area, which wasn't where the actual event was placed, but it was like as they're leaving. I'm like, that's a swarm of people alone. Like I was just, and they were like already basically gone, but there was still like 1,000 people there. I was like, that's not normal. Like I talked to Mitch about this on an X Space, and he was like, Meech. Sorry, I was calling him Mitch, but Meech. He was saying like for a while it was still very grassroots, and when he saw this, it looked a lot more staged than some of their other events, and it looked more like what they would do for the rallies, which I think he said on to Allie too with some of the camera placements and stuff. So they were really making a spectacle of this. And then think about how they had a photographer, Charles McClintock, there for that day. That's strange to me. You have all of these other camera people there. Why do you need a photographer?
Yes.
See, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Did they ever?
I think he's a freelancer for Zuma Press, I believe.
The other stuff that he covers. What's like the other stuff that he covers?
Who?
Charles?
Charles? He lives in Utah.
McClintock.
Yeah, he lives in Utah.
So he's like a local. So had he been hired by Turning Point, or had he been hired by the like local paper, or was he was just freelancing and thought this was a big event? I don't know.
I don't think anyone's verified that.
They're all ROT. Is that how you say it? ROT? Babe, what is it?
ROTC.
ROTC.
Thank you. A part of that, there's a bunch of photographers with that. Hey, I'm not quoting that verbatim, but that's what I heard. So I don't know.
It would be worth the dig because I haven't really looked into why he was there. But I just thought to myself, why are you there? There's no one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why would this guy be there?
Yeah.
A lot of press was there. Trent, that other Trent guy from what was it, Utah, babe?
Are you okay?
What?
Huh? Oh, I was making sure Rio was good.
What was it? Salt Lake City Press. Trevor was there. There's a whole bunch of press there. There's a lot. We're just saying Charles, but there was a lot of photographers there from Utah that came in. They had press badges on. So
that's interesting, and I feel like we never saw any of that footage. That's so
talked to Trevor. We talked to Trevor because I thought that shotgun mic that was above on the Hall of Flags was a camera. I didn't know. I thought it was a microphone, but it was actually a 360 Instacam. So he was up there with Chief Long, and he was putting something on the rail. I'm like, is that a microphone? No, it was a 3 Insta camera with no audio. And I'm like, darn it, no audio. Isn't that?
It's so weird. Yeah, because I think for their other events, they did put on like quite a show. I mean, we've seen it. Like you've seen how good their stuff was, but from my understanding, they were still trying to keep this relatively grassroots, and then 3,000 to 4,000 people show up. That's not grassroots. That's a mass gathering. So that's interesting. Okay, do you guys want to look at this? I've showed you guys earlier, but I'm gonna pull up the throwback photo, and you guys tell me why did this go out of style. So remember, guys, when Charlie Kirk's wife and children were supposed to be present at Utah Valley University? This is a Yahoo News report. And I'm kind of wondering, where did this narrative go? Where did it come from? I didn't know if you guys remember from that day.
I did hear that she was there, but then she wasn't.
I thought she was there too because of this. I think that was probably just. I bet it wasn't rooted in truth at all. I think people were just probably assuming she was there, and that spread like wildfire because it's horrific.
Right. Yeah. So I wonder if it was misreported by someone, and then it got out to all the news reports, or if it was like a flood the zone so people would feel bad for her, and then they're like, oh no, she wasn't there. Just kidding.
I didn't see any. Well, now all the footage could be like not real. So I didn't see her there in the footage. Like
I didn't either.
A lot of people said, "Oh, Allie, is this Erica?" I'm like, "No." Is this? No, that's not her. So I didn't personally see her there in any footage. So
yeah, I didn't either. I didn't see her in anything. You're the queen of footage, Allie. So if you didn't see her, I just thought it was weird that we've kind of all forgotten. Like they were trying to tell us Erica Kirk was there.
Yeah,
at one
right
point.
Away that her and her children were there. I heard her and her children. I'm like, what? Well, this was like in the first moments that it happened.
I am guilty of. I had spread that information too because I had heard it, and so I was saying the same thing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it came out from the news. Like you're not necessarily guilty. We were misinformed.
Okay, I didn't even realize that it had. You know what? I guess that was just so long ago, but I guess you're right. It was from the news.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But no one has walked back why they took that out, and then what was she actually doing?
You think
like
it was
I think that's still open.
Yeah. Do you think it was somebody who was taking advantage of the situation and clickbait, and then they had to walk it back because that wasn't true? But like whatever, maybe. And I do wonder what she was doing. Where was she? Mm-hmm. I know what the narrative is, but
well, first he said that she was with her mom at the hospital, but then it wasn't that. It was like a doctor. She was at her mom's hospital bedside, but then she was with her mom at a medical appointment.
She collapsed in the parking lot, right?
Right. So I don't know where. I mean, and ultimately, I don't know.
Why doesn't she just say she was at home? What would be so wrong about being at home?
Right. Well, to her, probably a lot. I guess
She was probably watching it live, allegedly. We were talking about that in
You're right.
Was it in this space? It was a Gary space. We heard that someone said we heard that Erica's watching it live. He goes, and that it was noted that she was watching it live. So
what?
I don't know if that's real.
So who said that, Allie?
It was in a space, and Gary said, "Oh, I maybe." And then like I have it recorded. It was from It was from. Is it from yesterday?
Which space is a Gary one?
Yeah. That. Oh, one Furman was in there.
Yes,
it was in that
last
one.
night.
It was.
That
was last night.
Oh, that was the one, the special one for Stu.
Yeah.
Stu's super special space.
Do y'all remember hearing that there were issues with the live stream? Were there issues with the live stream? I mean, obviously we all caught it like as it happened.
we asked them if they were live streaming it. Like we asked Blake Neff himself, and he goes, "I don't know if they were live streaming it, and maybe they were. I have no idea. I don't know about that." Right. So we know they are because we ran down the tech table, and they were live streaming it. The device is there on the table,
right?
So they were.
But
where were they live streaming it to?
They said back to Arizona. I remember that.
They said Arizona. They said HQ.
HQ. Back to HQ. I remember that.
Well, it's like a Turning Point USA or Turning Point somewhere else. You know.
They said Arizona.
It did say Arizona. Okay.
Yeah, it was like headquarters.
The Ops Center.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What is
double
that?
entendre, baby?
It's an Ops Center.
All this new equipment.
Yeah, double entendre.
All this new equipment, but so many audio issues that day.
Does anybody know why? Can you explain to me why he had two microphones? Was this one supposed to be always a backup in case this one?
That's just. I think that's for internal recording. I think, right, Chris? The Rode mic, and then his mic is to. Obviously, he likes to speak into it.
There is two options for that. One would be a backup record, and the other would be for a B-roll record. So they could have the other part of that transmitter on a camera.
What does that mean?
I'm like, can we say that one more time?
Can you explain it to the girls?
Yes.
Explain it to like we're five, please.
What that would help with is having the extra recording. They could then use that audio to clip short videos very, very quickly and get more clips out faster for Charlie's channel.
That's smart. Okay, what do we think about? You remember whenever? So he had his mic, and then it was Barnesworth or somebody came over, or maybe one of the security, and tapped him on the shoulder, and he put down his mic. Why would he have needed to do that? Because
there was a wedge monitor underneath the table, and that was for you can explain it, babe, better than I can because he's like camera audio. So, babe, there was the wedge monitor under the table, like that big, so Charlie could hear the speakers, like the student talking in the mic, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So there was a speaker underneath the table, right where Charlie's feet were. You couldn't see it. Did you notice like there was a guy, Anthony West, that came around and went underneath the table to fix something? I saw that. Yeah. So it was like this big, and it's called a wedge monitor. What, a wedge speaker?
It's either called a wedge or a monitor. And basically it's just another terminology for a speaker that's providing audio for someone to listen.
So it's so Charlie can hear a little bit better because it was kind of loud and the courtyard and whatnot. Okay. So it was for Charlie himself to hear the speaker.
Okay, because the actual mic is usually how he hears people, and he didn't need it because they had the wedge.
Well, when you're sitting up at an event, sometimes it's hard to hear, like the speakers are projecting out so everybody else can hear.
Sure.
So the person that's speaking, let's say you're a singer, that's why they have in-ears when you're singing, right? You need to hear yourself as well. So he can't hear Henry Dells or Hunter Kozak speaking per se. He can hear, he's talking into the mic and it's projected, but he needs to hear a little bit better. And so when he's putting the microphone down on the table, you're going to hear that, woo, the feedback.
Yeah.
Because that's why, because the monitor, I don't know why they did it like that. They could have put it.
I guess I still don't understand why they would have even handed him a mic at all in the first place if they were going to have him set it down, like, because they've done these events before. I'm just confused.
That's how he always does it. He always uses that mic and he puts it down, picks it up. He has that little tick, I guess.
Which I think when you look at his old videos, I think it got progressively worse over time.
Yes.
I've watched many videos of him, and when he was younger, he really didn't have it very bad. And then maybe as stress came on and things like more things. I noticed that because when you watch his first Fox hit, he doesn't even do it. Like There's no indication of his old videos of him. He didn't do that thing. And then over time, it gets worse and worse. And even his head shape kind of changes over time. Because he was like a pretty, like, you know, he had a square jaw, and then his head got round. I kind of wonder if it was from stress, because we know.
I think he looked like he was pumping cortisol. You know, because there's like
for his back,
especially for a guy.
What's that?
He had back issues.
Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
He sat on a coccyx pillow, and he was doing like rehab for his. He was doing a rehab for his back.
Is it because he's
so
tall?
Because he's tall. Yes. Yeah. Chris has that. I know that because my man has that.
Yeah.
My man is 6'5".
I can imagine with that kind of, like, he has healthy body weight, but I'm really small. I'm very petite. And I still, like, sometimes it's not bad, but, you know, especially around that time of the month or something, it's like, oh, I can only imagine what, like, normal weight on a spine would feel like, especially sitting all the time like that. He also kind of hunched over sometimes. I felt like. He wasn't very good about his posture.
Do you know if he was under treatment for it? Was he under, like, medical treatment for it? He had
There's videos of him going to, like, these spine doctors, and how that one chiropractor helped him so much, and he was doing. There's videos of him doing physio. So he sits on that coccyx pillow that helps the spine. I sit on one. I know you're gonna laugh, but I broke my tailbone twice.
Ouch.
So I know all about that. Yeah. So, like, when you sit down on it's like it has the back of it's cut out. So like when you sit. So when you sit on it, your spine is not putting pressure on anything. It's like floating. So it's you sit on it, and the back of the pillow is cut out. So that I noticed right away when I saw the pillow. People were like, the pillow was the weapon. I'm like, oh my God, guys, that is actually a coccyx pillow. I know.
But the funny thing is,
I have the exact one he has in that video.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, like, we're like, you guys are ridiculous for thinking it's the pillow, but we're the same ones that are like, it's the mic, you know? So they're probably like laughing too.
I guess so.
Remember too, when we started talking about what kind of health issues he might have had, when there was that picture of his bottom, that'd be his right quadrant. Yeah. And it was kind of up, and there was that negative space. And Anna is in the medical field, and I was like, is it possible he was diabetic and had a pump put in? But Anna, you said it wouldn't have looked like that.
Right. Yeah. You know, Barron did show an interesting picture. It was a little bit of a while ago of his torso, and it was kind of uncovered. And it was following the injury, but there seemed to be a negative space, and a lot of folks were, you know, kind of wondering what that might have been. Now, to me, it always looked like he had like a dressing or a bandage and had it removed. That it looks like a perfect square. Like it's like the
what
shape
do you mean?
of a
You're talking about the one that Barron released?
Yeah, the one of his side. Do you remember?
And his right side. Mm-hmm. And there's a negative space, meaning it looked like almost like a rectangle that was flesh colored, and surrounding it was pink.
I think he was. They taped something on there, and we don't know what it was. Yeah, but it does look like some kind of like dressing or another tape device. Like when you do audio, they do that. Like my daughter's in that kind of stuff. Lift up your shirt. I have to strap this on. I have to put the tape there. That happens. That happens, right? So I don't know what he was wearing though.
Well, it was gone, whatever it was.
Right. It looked like, because what I was reminded of is a lot of times after we do like a procedure for the patient, then you want to remove their dressing. It's however many number of hours after. And so when you take that off, if you have like a tegaderm or something like that, it's kind of a rectangular shape. Or even if someone had like, I don't know, a lidocaine patch on, like kind of that shape is what it looks like. And then there was like redness around it. And I always thought to myself, okay, why is it that I'm seeing almost like someone, he had a dressing on and then someone had removed it before we actually see it? It's an anomaly for sure, especially given that it almost looks like there's this tiny little spot right in the middle of it. And that always worries me because I'm like, what was the spot? And just so
a wire of some sort. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's a little strange. I don't like it.
Talking about anomalies, and this is kind of like going into what we just talked about. What do y'all think happened the night before?
Like with who?
With
Are you referencing to?
Erica
I think they're in a fight.
And Charlie.
I think they were not good. I think that they were on the rocks for a bit. That's
Yeah,
just my opinion.
Yeah, I do think that they were headed for divorce, but I really wonder, like, I mean, I guess some men don't wear their wedding rings and stuff, but the fact that she said that, like, he got up and like put his wedding ring on and stuff, I don't know. It's just what actually happened, or what
And
was
he didn't
said.
kiss her goodbye. He didn't kiss her goodbye.
Didn't you hear something about there being some yelling, like, or something?
Yeah, the neighbor.
Right. Yeah. Didn't the neighbor say that there was some sort of
I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that they were going to sign divorce papers.
Yeah,
that's
a possibility.
And you know,
and the Doge audit as well. There was a whole bunch of things going on.
I don't.
They sold their home, guys. They sold their home like 6 months before. 6 months before.
Yeah.
I had also heard that there might have been a prenup, which did surprise me, but at the same time, smart business decision if you're Charlie Kirk, you know. So if it was true that there was a prenup, it would have been as easy as signing papers.
Oh, jeez. I hate that. Did you guys see that interview that they did recently where, not recently, but it was an early interview that they had done as a couple. And so there was like, how do you best prepare yourself for marriage? And Erica's like, get regular blood tests. And Charlie was like, how about remaining a virgin? I was like, this is crazy. They were so different.
You could see her too choking back, publicly going against him when they were talking, because especially with like the single mom talk, because you could tell she took kind of like a beat back, and she's like, well, you know, or something about like it was the single dads, because she said at the time, like, my dad was the sole parent for a while or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell that they had a little bit of friction.
Yep.
Whatever it is, but when you are, you know, not getting along with your spouse, like everything is kind of a.
Oh, and when she's like, okay, this is after the fact, but when she was on Fox News and she was like, put the keys in the drawer, Shabbat Shalom. Remember that?
Yeah.
She also said, you know, home is always here for you. Go work, go, don't worry. I mean, what woman says that? You guys are women. Like, I'm always asking where my man is, and he's in the house. I'm like, where are you? Like, I need you. Can you come here? She's like, you know, telling Charlie, don't worry, like, go. Home is always here for you. No, if a woman says that, you're done.
Well,
you're done.
After 3 years, I mean, they'd only been married for what, 3 or 4 years? That's like a little point that always sticks with me. I'm like, you'd only been married for 3 or 4 years. You already had 2 children. I mean, of course, like, you know, it's okay for you to acknowledge that it was probably really hard for you to be away from him, right? Like, and to be like, I didn't want him to be gone. You would think 3 or 4 years. I'm like, it's not as though they've been married for 40 years and everybody's like, oh, the kids are grown and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, it would be
still new.
Well, that means that she was like, go make the money. Go make the money.
Yes.
I don't really like you very
bye.
much. Go make the money. And to me, when he passed away and then that merch video came out, you know, and I'm thinking like, okay, that really sealed the deal for me.
Which merch video?
Well, whenever it was that Zoom call that was being.
Oh, that one. Yes. I just want to know what you're referencing. Yeah.
You have to be more specific. There's a lot of merch videos.
Yeah, that one.
Right.
So, the way she acted was like someone who had been married miserably for 40 years and wasn't going to say that she was happy her husband was dead, but it was like, I can breathe now. That's what it's very much seemed like to me.
Yes, it did.
I wonder if she felt strangled in the relationship, because she does have more of a boss babe energy. And like maybe she did initially love Charlie. We'll be gracious here. And then eventually realize like, this is not who I am. I need to get out here in the workplace. Like maybe she did feel relief. I mean, I hate to say it, but some people are different. Like, I know it's certain women that would rather work than stay home with their children. Like, I know those people, and that's just sometimes that's how they're wired. Doesn't make
that's
right.
her. You're right. I think
but she lied about who she was. That's the problem. She lied about wanting to be a trad wife. She lied about everything she was, and I think that is, yes, I do think she felt relief, but like.
Yeah. She might have romanticized it in the beginning. You know how you kind of go with the guy and you're like, this is the best thing ever. And then like you're with them for a while and you're like, I don't know about this actually. And
Yeah.
at this point, you've already sold a story. Like she sold him some story, and then she's like, "Oh shoot, this is not actually who I am." Like she
I think it
seems
was
very
set up. I think
chameleon.
I think the marriage that was all set up by.
I do too.
It does seem like a setup, but she could be very chameleon, like where you kind of change your personality a little bit about with who you're with. I know people like that. I've seen women do that, and they like kind of change to the guy they're with. First, it's the baseball player,
Is that
and then
Adn? Like I felt like she was more when she was on the Charlie Kirk show before. It's just a different. I see a different person right now. She was just like, you know, how a wife should be, and the man should go provide. And she goes, women got it all wrong. We're supposed to, you know, raise the kids, be with the kids. It's precious time. And now he's gone, and she's like, I don't have kids anymore. What precious time?
She wanted his job. She wanted his job the whole dang time. And the way I feel about it is, at the very base level, she married him for money, because you can't tell me that she was physically attracted to him. I like, just like with her track record and stuff, you know, nothing wrong like with the men she's dated, but also she totally put on this trad wife, you know, great Christian. Like that's not who we saw before. So you don't just like usually change like that overnight. And I think she doesn't even know who she is. She is whoever she needs to be.
She's at the White House every other day now.
You know, do you guys remember when she did that interview? I think it was like right after, and she did it with Andrew Colbert. Like they had that, it was just the two of them. I think they're hosting the show. You know, that she really looked like she was in her truest, happiest light in that interview.
She's so excited. She's so excited.
They looked rested.
It was intimate. And I'm not saying they had been intimate, but it was intimate. And I was like,
it was like a lock eyes kind of, you know what I mean? When you're lying with somebody.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were saying that.
Yeah.
It's like they looked like they were about to eat each other, you know?
Oh my goodness.
All right.
I'll say it.
Oh my goodness. Holy moly.
That's one.
That's one. She didn't say it. She didn't say it. I did.
Regardless, I just, you know what? It's that I haven't personally seen any interviews between the two of them where I could see between Charlie and Erica.
Yeah.
That same industry. Yeah, the chemistry. Right. Yeah. I was like, that's so weird. It's not good. It's not good, whatever it is.
Yeah. Especially when you see the unedited video that Allie and I were talking about earlier. Like they totally had to mash that thing up together to make them look like she's gazing at him and he's staring back at her. It's rough, and I wish I knew where that was. I saw it on X.
She never answered a question either. She's like, "When was that rally?" 2015, and he's like, 2015 August. And she goes, "How many kids we have?" I know that was two different videos, but even on those acting shows that she was on, the Summer House and the other one, she doesn't even answer questions on the show. Like when the guy's asking her question, I just always saw her as asking Charlie questions. I don't know if you guys notice that. Next time when you watch a video, she's always asking him the question. Where are we? What are we doing? What's your words of wisdom today? What date was that? When were we married? When was our kids' birthdays?
Do you think she feels resent for having kids? Do you think that's really what she wanted?
I don't even think those are her. Well, that's just my opinion. Sorry.
That's okay. Well, I think
disavow. She looks like a lady who's had a couple kids. I don't know.
Really? I think they're here. I think that they were birthed from her body. I do think
really?
So. Yeah. I know at least the Gigi was, because we've seen a picture of Gigi and Charlie.
How would we know, Rio? The doctor died.
Oh, that one did die. I guess I got a new one.
Did die. That's not great.
Yeah.
I mean,
so we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
It's not great.
And then when she's in the hospital giving birth, her friend is giving birth at the same time. I did a whole
what a lie.
video of it.
Oh, the woman who was in labor for 42 hours or whatever it was
her friend. Yeah.
That's a long time.
She took her spot. She took her spot to have a C-section. She talks about it on her, what's that?
They would put somebody into
what's that audio podcast she has? She talks about it, her birth, I call it the birth plan, but she talks about it as her friend was having a C-section the same time, the same hospital, the same place. And I always went, hold on. And the way she talks about her C-section and talks about like, Charlie saw my guts. And it was just, I don't know. Women don't talk like that. That after having, have you all had babies yet? No? Any of you? No?
Yeah.
Well, ADN has, right?
Yeah.
Do you
I wouldn't say
talk
that.
like that on camera? Like,
Not on camera. I mean, I would probably see. The thing is I come from like a very direct. I wouldn't say that word, by the way, and I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it on camera.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But me and my sisters would probably say some weird stuff. But I don't know that I would say it the way she did.
Well,
I'll say that.
You can't buy class. All the men
Yeah.
are equal, and you can't buy class and you can't buy decorum. It's just you either got it or you don't. And I mean, good for her for being honest, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen
liar. That whole story is a lie. I can tell you it is because
Really?
nobody is like, she says she took her friend's spot and one of the two of them was in labor for so long.
What?
And you're a nurse. So, you know, you go into you're not in labor that long.
She took her C-section spot. She took her C-section spot. They were both having it.
Yeah. That's dangerous.
And then I just went, well, that's weird.
Well, I'm like, I would need to hear it because I guess, you know, if someone had a reason that they needed to have a C-section, like, you know, it was a medical reason, then you would take their spot if they had a scheduled one, right? If there's only one surgeon, the doctor, and it's like it's 10 a.m. Well, if this,
I thought it was just a stupid story. I thought she just made it up.
Yeah.
And then I thought, wait, and we were all in the chat, and we were all talking when I was bringing up this video, and I went, wait, did she take her friend's kid? Is that who gave birth?
All right.
I'm telling you.
Allie's like, I'm going here with it.
Go for it.
No, we're derailing.
No, it's okay. I think she's a pathological liar at this point. I literally believe nothing that comes out of her mouth. Yeah. And especially the more extreme it is, because there are certain people who pathologically lie about stuff that they don't even have to lie about, because it sounds so fantastical. It's very histrionic. And
I just don't see her interacting with her kids like a mom does. So that's just the vibe I'm getting.
Where's her maternal instinct?
That's what I was trying to say earlier, is I don't know that she has them. And I do know people like this. Yeah. And it just, they are that way. They'd rather go to work. They're not very loving. Okay. They might have, it's not to give her anything. I'm just like, I know people like this. I know that they exist. And, you know, I'm a very loving mom, but I know two separate moms that are like this. Sure. And they would rather work. They would rather do anything else. And it's not that they don't love their children. It's just they can't bond with their children. Yeah. And I think it has to do with trauma as well. Like, especially if her mom was gone a lot or her dad was gone a lot, they were big workers. You hear about the latchkey kids. Maybe she was one of those. I'm not trying to give her anything like, whereas like her behavior is weird, but when you think about how people are raised, especially if she was raised in a very weird environment that you and I would never be in, I will say she would probably have a hard time bonding with her children.
That's a good point.
And would rather be at work. I know people like this, and it's unfortunate because that's something that you almost can't change. Like, you have to force yourself to give them the time they need, because it's like alien to you. They actually say you, even as a baby, pick up on how to parent your children because of how you were babied. Like, that is new research, and she may not even know she's doing that. I will say her behavior is very weird, but I will also imagine she had a very weird lifestyle, especially given what her family did. So I think there's something where it's like, she also is like, we know there's something wrong with her because she lies a lot, but also there's some things you cannot fake even if you wanted to. And so
that's a really good point, because I think that, and not all women who can't bond with their children, because that is a thing, and it's just a thing that happens. Not all women with that lack total empathy, but from what I've seen of Erica, it doesn't really seem that she has any empathy whatsoever. She has to fake all of it. So that makes sense to me.
You know what I have to thought? You know how it would seem as though her mom was kind of like the mastermind of her meeting Charlie, them going to, you know, turning point Izzy. Like, it seemed as though her mom had a lot of control, I guess. She had a little bit of a momager situation, right? Or at least a very influential mother. And I do wonder, given that we've seen kind of what her mom's current condition is, it's like she strikes me as someone who doesn't have friends and doesn't have like good guidance, especially in the way that she's been conducting herself recently, right? Because anyone with really close friends, with sisters, with a mother who, you know, she had a healthy relationship with, would have probably said, okay, go home, go to your children, be around your children, stop being out here, you know, with your hair not done on camera as this like girl, but like she doesn't seem as though she's getting good advice. And I can't help but wonder if the person who gave her good advice during her life was her mother. And so now that she appears to not be doing well health-wise, if maybe it's like she's listening to like Stacey Sheridan or something, you know, someone who Andrew Colbert, who doesn't know like how to, you know.
McCoy.
I think I covered this last night. I went over my theory as to why I actually think that Lori is her grandmother, and this ties into stuff. But if it is true that Lori is her I really do. I have a reason for it.
Okay, tell me.
Well, maybe I'll just tell you later. But anyway, if that is true that Lori and Kent adopted her from her mother, who I think is her sister, right? It could be.
Used to happen.
Huh?
It used to happen.
In the 80s, right at that time.
Yeah, it did. Sorry, not to interject, but
that's,
I mean, that's a real
Tanya
thing.
would have been, sorry, let's call her T. She would have had graduated in May of 88 and she was 18. So she would have been pregnant, probably maybe not showing, if this were the case, at graduation. And then she had Erica in late November, 18 years old, having like, oh my gosh, how scary would that be? So it's not so far-fetched, but if that were the case, and then at about 6 or 7, they move her from where her real mother is, T. Okay, so let me just back up. They all lived in a house together until like 97 in Cincinnati. So it was Erica, T, and then Lori and Kent. I found all this. And then they move Erica to Arizona at that time.
Yeah.
That is a very damaging break, especially if, you know, you have 2 mother figures. So, yeah.
Okay, that makes
I think
sense.
she has signs of trauma. I do. When I evaluate her as someone, I just think she has a trauma thing to her, as well as whatever else is going on. So I just think, I mean, when looking at what we know, and this is only what we see of her. This is only what we know from the public eye. She could be completely different behind closed doors, which is why these people are going to bat for her so hard. Like, they're like, don't attack Erica. She's a good person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know her from Adam. But
and they all act like they know her.
Well, she calls them her family. It's like, and we know they've built these relationships. They knew each other from other states. Like, there's a lot of interweaving here. So, I mean,
because she said in that, do you guys remember that?
It's also a cult term.
Education
family.
Guy. She said to him, she said on camera that she knows everybody by name and they're her family, and I can recount everybody that works there just because I wasn't there before, or people didn't see me. She goes, I was there. And then I asked Meech that. I'm like, did you see her? He goes, never.
Yeah.
Never saw her. So I'm like, what's up, Erica?
The term family is a cult term as well.
Yeah.
Like, you got the Marilyn Manson family, you got the Children of God, or whatever, all the different ones. It's they use the term family. So yeah.
Speaking of weird shit, I have one more, and then I'm gonna let Allie put her stuff up. Okay, this is like, I don't know why this flew under my radar before, but I was going back through my. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where my button is. This is like this weird JFK car was like at PPUSA. Like, guys, did you see this when this came out? Because I never commented on it.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Can you explain to us what we're looking at?
It's at a turning point event. I literally just stumbled across it on X.
What?
And I was like, wait, when did this happen? And is this Blake?
JFK's last cruise, take a ride, prove me wrong?
How nice of them to not sit him in the back where JFK was. They sat him where the governor was. It was the governor of Texas.
I don't know who that guy is.
Who's in the car? Who's in the car? Can you zoom it up so we can see?
Let me see if my browser will.
I don't ever even. I'm so scared that that's like
not zooming, Allie. Sorry.
What is that?
Oh, okay.
It's a kid in the car.
I can't tell if it's a real person or not.
No,
like,
I like a dummy.
It does look like a dummy, but
is it a mannequin? Is it Charlie?
I seen this online posted not too long ago.
So, God,
what is this?
What
is this?
I thought that was different. I just wanted to show you guys the differentness in this photo.
I
And
can't
who
believe
thought of
that's
this?
I can't
I
even
see
believe
Philip
that.
Goldsberry there. Philip Goldsberry's standing over there.
That's
And,
AI. That's AI. I'm not
He's
buying
in the
it.
background there, and
as the mic. That is disturbing.
Right.
Why would they even have that? What does that
I-
have to do with Charlie Kirk? And it's the assassination vehicle.
Right.
You don't want to turn this into another JFK. Like, literally, what are we looking at here?
I'm just
Prove
throwing
me
it out
wrong.
there. I didn't sort, guys. I threw this on the screen last minute because I saw it. I'm sorry.
It's
There's no
not
source
AI,
code to
right?
X. I don't
What
think
is
so.
that?
I mean,
No,
I remember this circling around X.
Yeah, I thought so
really
too.
remember.
But I saw it and I wondered if it was that same one where it was like the tent stuff. Remember, it was the tent and people were by the podium or whatever. Or I don't know if it's the podium, but people were taking pictures. I think it might be that same one.
Why does
But-
There's a
have
guy
mic?
sitting in the car. I don't
Like-
know who he. It looks like a young kid taking
I,
it.
I think that
Okay.
looks like a dummy of Charlie.
Wait,
Don't-
is that
That's what I
is
kind of
that-
thought.
I
but it
can't.
doesn't
Because
look
there's
like
no
him.
way to get in. There's no way to get in. They'd have to go through the other side and then pay their money and get in the car and take a photo. But why does Blake have a microphone?
It's kind of like the Hunter Kozak scene him. It's like it was like very oddly timed
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Oh my god,
in a
there's no,
car. I'm very confused.
and that's the.
this is some sick shit. I'm sorry.
didn't-
Sorry for my French. That is.
Well,
And guys, we're gonna put a caveat. Like this could maybe be AI. I didn't
It better
100%
be.
I do
source
Yeah,
That's
like,
what
I,
they
I,
said
I'm
earlier.
trying to find.
Remember,
Yeah.
we're not assigning guilt to this photo because I didn't do
Nope,
my due
nope.
diligence.
That looks
100%.
pretty real. Look at the banners.
It looked real to me, guys. It looked real to me, but I mean, we've got to be careful out here in these streets. So
Yeah, true.
I
This was
honestly, this is
weird.
the first time I've hoped something was AI. Like this is like the first time I've
Right.
been like, I hope it's AI because that's insane. And also, I mean, just the idea of a JFK car by itself is a wholly morbid, gross. Like, what are we doing? Oh, I don't like it. Nope.
I like this comment from JR Nana. I think it's making the point that TPSA is giving opportunity to take your picture where Charlie last was, and while you're at it, take your picture in JFK's last place he was alive. I thought that was an
They're trying to
interesting
like make this
Like a
make this
twofer?
make sense. How it doesn't look awful. Like
Well,
I don't know.
And
I
they
think
also,
this
well, they
picture
did put the
was
tent.
real, though. I think
Remember
it
that they
was.
put didn't they put his tent? Is that right? Didn't they put his tent at his
Yeah.
I thought it was similar I thought it was this exact event. That's
Where
what
did you
it
get the
looked
pic-
like
Do you
to
remember
me.
where you got the picture?
This
Because
does
it
look
says
like a
it
tent.
says turning point there at the top right hand corner. So it has
I'll
to
send it to
be.
you in a little bit, Allie, when we got.
Yeah, it has to be a real picture. Like I've
has to
seen
be.
this picture before, and I
I
went, "Wow,
bookmarked
that's
it in my
really."
X, but I have a million browsers open, so I can't
Yeah,
pull
yeah.
it up. That's my stream up, I think.
You know,
I can-
so I'm a big like 1960s like JFK enthusiast. Like I love like all that history and stuff.
Mhm.
And since we've been when it came out that we have two different birthdays for Erica, I've been like, I wonder if it's November 22nd because that's JFK's murder date.
Oh, that'd be weird.
Wouldn't it? I think it's
You know
the
what? I
20th.
was just thinking. They probably have the car, the SUV.
No,
They probably cleaned it out, and they're going to use it for the museum.
Oh Lord.
oh jeez.
Girl.
They're idiots. Listen, they also cannot plan a good murder. I would have burnt everything to the ground.
She's like you
Right?
did it all wrong.
No, they did do it all wrong. I can get rid of evidence real quick. Like
They leave the evidence. They touch the evidence.
yeah,
Everything.
they
is
touch it
just-
without gloves, and then they have to go canvassing for the next camera and change the stamp.
They are wholly incompetent. That's been my opinion as well. I'm like, these people just don't know what they're doing. And I just was
They should have
how
watched
did
the
Charlie
True
even
Crime.
tolerate these people? How did he even tolerate any of these people? I would have been going so crazy.
What
just
did
like,
you want to say, Chris? What did you want to say about the car? Did you want to say something with JF? That picture?
I just noticed in the chat people making references to that being a potential mannequin. And
No.
I know.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think it
just
looks
saying.
like
I'm
one.
just saying what was said, and allegedly a couple people thought it might have been perhaps the same mannequin that was in the coffin.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's an
my.
actual person. It's an actual person. Yeah.
Gosh. I
No.
can see them doing that. Except I did think that the body was real in the casket. But let's say it wasn't. They would.
Yeah.
That photo was for entertainment purposes only. I'm just going to preface that. That was entertainment.
You just started a
only.
fire, Adn.
Yeah, that was for
man.
entertainment purposes only. We are not alleging anything. This is all for a show. So
Yes.
you guys take with that what you will.
Color entertainment.
Yeah. The first half of this thing was all for entertainment purposes. That's what I'm going to say, because that's what I put it together as. Now, Allie, our researcher, does have some good stuff, which is not entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
And Anna,
Yes, it is.
Anna helped
It is
you a little
pure
bit with
entertainment. This is pure
Yes.
spec. Everyone,
Yes,
disclaimer.
and Chris.
We are
And
not
so did
saying.
Chris. Yeah.
We are not saying that any of this is what happened for legal reasons. Please don't sue us.
Imagine we are Nancy Grace on her show. That's kind
okay.
of
Last night on my show, I went through why I think Victor Marx is her dad, and I'm allowed to think that based on data
Oh my
points.
goodness.
Listen, you can't listen. People are always like, it's my opinion, allegedly, all this stuff. That's not going to stop people from getting sued. But also, we are allowed to have opinions at the same time based on data points. So I got you. Anyways, all allegedly.
It's still just, at least first half of this was just for funsies, guys.
Yeah.
Is how I like to think of certain things. All right, Allie.
All
You're up,
right.
my girl.
Anna and Chris also helped with this last minute slideshow here. So we are going to be talking about, I don't want to say the D word because I don't know what YouTube feels about it. So we're going to call them, what, Anna? Should we call them big bees and small bees?
Big bees and small bees. Yes. So we have to speak in code a lot of the times, guys, especially when we're talking about advanced technology. We find that, guys, I was talking about scary, tough stuff last night, and literally they tried to cut the stream. I heard.
Yeah.
3 times. It was awful. And so we are very, very much using code words because algo speak is important on these platforms, and we have to do it. So
this will make sense after I show you the video and what happened in March 17th, 2026. So Chris is going to narrate for us because he has a radio voice, and he's going to do that for us today, since he gathered these last minute pictures of the Shield AI, as it's noted at top. You want?
We've got our own radio Baron Coleman in the house tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you ladies do. Here to serve as best I can. So this is a little bit about the financials of Shield AI. Shield AI has raised a total of about 3.5 billion across 17 funding rounds, highlighted by a massive 2 billion total capital injection in March 2026. So that's a little bit of the overview, and we'll get into a little bit of these rounds quickly. This is in 2026 Series G. Total raise 2 billion, 1.5 billion Series G plus 500 million in preferred equity. The valuation is 12.7 billion. It's a 140% increase from the 5.3 in 2025. They are getting lots of money quick, people. Lead investors co-led by Advent International, JP Morgan's Chase Security and Resilience Initiative, with 500 million in preferred shares managed by Blackstone.
Of course.
The use of funds funding the acquisition of simulation software, marker in the Echelon technology, scaling the HiveMind AI pilot software, and developing runway-free expat stealth bees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. So we wanted to talk specifically about this type of technology, because we understand that it's been coming back into the conversation a little bit, and it's something that a lot of folks have, spent a lot of time looking into. Once we started to review the footage and saw a number of things that were there at the scene that certainly remind us.
They were in the sky.
Yeah, the sky. Once that was clarified by Catherine Nestor, who is the defense attorney, during the pretrial hearing, that, those bumblebees there did not seem to have belonged to either UVU security or to the actual, SBI or FBI, any place where we would have expected to be running drones, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, it started to take kind of prominence in our parts of the conversation, given that we saw that they were there. Now, I was always holding space for it, maybe to be an SBI thing, maybe to be a security team thing, maybe to be a UVU thing, but it has become more and more obvious that they were there, but that no one can really tell us who was running them. So Shield AI in particular is one that has been discussed as a potential maker of some of these like bumblebees.
And Adn, do you remember Blackstone? Were they one of the donors for?
I don't remember.
I would not be surprised.
They were one of the donors of the ballroom. There we
Oh,
go. So we could talk
the
about
ballroom. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Charlie Kirk. I was like, I don't know if I
Well,
heard that.
It might be the ballroom. It might be Charlie Kirk ballroom from what we heard.
Right, right. Yes, this is true. Yes.
Remember that list we were Chris was sending with all the donors of the ballroom?
I think he is on there, or they are on there.
Yeah,
Blackstone.
they are.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
just came to my memory now.
Fact check.
It's a great memory.
Fact check it. I might be wrong. I don't know, but
It is correct.
it is correct. Thank you.
Yep.
So that's
Great
interesting.
memory.
Thank you.
So Shield AI specifically, that's what Chris was just discussing for everybody, just to make sure everybody's kind of on the same page. Because I know that different folks are like, more familiar and have been all over the drone stuff. Some folks are like, wait a minute, what do you mean drones? So we wanted to make sure that we are making this kind of information something that everybody can understand and everything in between.
People don't know what a Shield AI is. I can read it out really quickly. It's an American defense technology company founded in 2015 that builds artificial intelligence pilots and autonomous aircraft for military and national security operations.
Right. So it is an attempt for U.S. defense contractors to get into the drone swarm business. And so when we say a swarm, it doesn't necessarily, I know that like a lot of people's frame of reference is looking at things like, how in China they do that? They have like they'll do those amazing like light shows and all of that where they're all moving, they're all the identical drones. In the United States, the way that we handle drone swarms is a little bit different. The way that we connect our drone swarms is we take various kinds of drones, and sometimes they'll be all identical, but sometimes they'll just be all working together. They lattice them or network them across a specific system, and then that allows them to all communicate as one, but they don't all have to be identical. So we know that a lot of the footage has kind of shown us different kinds of drones that may or may not have been there and may or may not have been relevant, but it doesn't mean that they weren't all controlled by the same source. Think about if you were, playing like a game, you know what I'm saying, like a video game or something like that. You know how in some of those games you can have things happen simultaneously, like you can play on different characters. I'm like, I don't play video games. I'm sorry, that's not a great analogy, but you know what I mean, where you can have like things that you're controlling at once. Well, the idea that Shield AI and HiveMind specifically, that's kind of the puppet master. So it'll have a few different drones that are all connected to it, and it's controlling all of them at once, even though they're all different and doing different things. So we just thought that was important to bring.
And a lot of money
is it like a software they have to have in like the same software, and then it plugs into a software on the back end, and that's where they control it from?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the HiveMind. So Shield AI is the company, and then the software that you're talking about, that's HiveMind. And so think of it like a beehive, right? The HiveMind, right? That's exactly what it is.
Once again, the theme of a beehive. Do y'all remember when Candace covered that?
Yes.
Wait, remind me. Sorry, no, now I'm getting confused.
So that's on the flag of Utah, and it has something to do with Mormonism. Is that right? Am I right, Allie?
It's the beehive. It's the beehive state.
Yeah. And it has something to do with like all the worker bees in the hive. I'm not exact about it, but it is kind of like one of those
Masons.
That's actually
Masons.
Right. Well, you know the NSA data center that ironically is located directly across the lake from UVU. The NSA data center, the same one that was warned by Edward Snowden, that NSA data center, its nickname is Bumblehive, just so everyone is aware of that.
Wow.
What a fun coincidence.
I love symbolism.
What's the next slide? Oh, you wanted to talk about this one, Anna?
Yeah, right. So Shield AI and the now I want to call it Bumble Hive, the Hive Mind program specifically. That is one that I wanted to look into more, and they are connected to a company called USIT. I thought at first, I was like, are we looking at the next, what is that called? The InQtel, like some CIA affiliated company, because the funding for these companies is coming from kind of sneaky. I'm like, how do I say this politely? Their funding is shielded intentionally to keep the public from really fully understanding it, and that's pretty standard stuff. But this USIT specifically is what's responsible for this most recent Series E funding round. That USIT, long story short, it's Oracle. Like it's it's a wholly owned subsidiary of this place called Concept Plus, and Concept Plus is part of Oracle. So when we're looking at, I've been working on who the potential, I don't want to say bad guys, I don't want to say masterminds, and I'm not calling them bad guys or masterminds, but if you were looking at the individuals who maybe would know something about the stuff that we saw that day, then Oracle and the rest of the PayPal mafia, top of the list. That's just my opinion.
Is this Warren Buffett's Oracle?
Larry Ellison.
Okay,
Right.
never mind. I guess I was backwards.
A different one, a different one of those, but they're all the guy who owns TikTok. Yay.
Of course, yes.
Of course,
We should name it.
TikTok is all different now.
We should rename it USHIT.
YH.
USHIT.
Am I stupid? I am.
No, just go slow. U. SHIT.
Oh, you're so funny. Bye. That's cute. Okay. I thought it was like, does the H for Hebrew?
It's the poopy
And then
thing.
I was like, is it the Hebrew Israel technology? Yeah.
Hi, that's you.
You want me to move on? Let's see
Sure,
what we have
yeah.
next. Okay, so this happened. This is just this is proof that we have this. Okay. I don't know if anybody noticed this.
This
very
is really important. Yeah, this is really important.
Chris is gonna read this. We have a video to go with it, an eyewitness video after. But Chris will read this really quickly because he has his radio voice ready to go. Go ahead, babe.
I just want to set it up really
Yes.
quick and just let
Yes,
everybody know.
set it
So
up.
what we're talking about right now is we're talking about the fact that sometimes with these drones, people have been nervous, or maybe like kind of questioning, gosh, were they really there? Does the military really use this kind of technology? Is this the sort of thing that we've seen before? And so this is a great example of when we've seen it before. So thank you, Chris. Take it away.
Yes, happening.
Hi, everybody. This was March 17, 2026, and we're going to be talking a little bit about this. This is an eyewitness watching the Negra Francisca burn near the Galapagos Islands. So I'm going to go into a little bit of it here. So we got Quito, Ecuador, in the hours after a mysterious attack on an Ecuadorian fishing boat near the Galapagos Islands on March 17th. A drone registered to U.S. defense contractor Shield AI was hovering just 500 meters above the burning vessel, La Negra Francisca, according to a review of flight tracking data by Drop Site News. This represents the first known vehicle to arrive at the site of the strike. Continuing, the unattributed bombing of 3 Ecuadorian fishing boats in January and in March, and the subsequent abduction and mistreatment of 36 fishermen was first reported by Drop Site in April. Last week, the Washington Post built on Drop Site's ongoing investigation and report the attacks were part of a covert CIA operation.
Wow.
According to the flight and vessel tracking data from Radar 24 and Global Fishing Watch, the Bees was a VBAT model, primarily used for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, but capable of carrying a weapon payload and switching its signal on and off to avoid detection. Shield AI drone matches the fishermen's description of the drones that circled their boats before targeting them, and bears the same red and green lights eyewitnesses reported seeing as the photographed explosion.
Wow. That is crazy.
That is horrendous. And also, I am shocked that anybody authorized that at all, like, because of the proximity to the Galapagos Islands, which is extremely protected. Like, not just anybody can go there. And I mean, they're attacking on the water here, right? That's like the habitat. It's right downstream from that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that scary? And just to think about the fact that they are, you know, engaging in that sort of thing, which we really did know that this scone technology existed. But if you think about potentially where this sort of technology has been seen and utilized in the past, I just want for all of us to kind of keep in the back of our mind, you know, I understand that it would be so crazy if there was this sort of technology used on 9/10. But what we do know is that this sort of technology was used multiple times by us.
Yeah, and it's like people are asking in the chat, why would we do that?
Was it a test, or were
it's
they
a test?
transporting?
That's a test. That's what we think, right? Like, we were going over this today, and I said, well, this has to be a test. What else could it be?
Well, it could have been a number of things. I'll be honest. Like, I don't know that just to test it, just to do that just for a test, because they could have tested just about anything. We could have put our own fleet out to, you know what I mean, like at least track. But I'm sure it was a covert op. There must have been something.
So it's the ongoing investigation as well.
I agree. And that's what our tax dollars are being used on, is like a burn a fishing boat in Ecuador. Like, that's how you're going to test something. That doesn't track. That sounds like another one of those little stories we're being told.
Yep. I do think that we found Tyler's blue hat. Just want to point that out.
Oh
boy. They haven't found yet.
There it is. Oh, it's a maroon shirt. Oh my god.
Oh, and a maroon shirt. Go figure.
Well, you know what I think is worth thinking about too is that what scones do is they provide plausible deniability. Because the thing is that this is the sort of reporting that it's not as though we went and admitted to this. It's not as though we, you know, went and let everybody know that it was this scone technology that we were using. But if a scone came and did this, I don't know, let's say in Utah, then you can't put it, you know, if you can capture an assassin, you can capture a bad guy if you can see him with your eyes, but a drone doesn't belong. There's no country affiliated to it. There's no way that it can be interrogated, or there's no way that it can be caught. There's no way that, you know, any of that can be necessarily affiliated with a certain person, company, etc. So it does occur to me that plausible deniability, that does say covert ops to me, and that's really what our country is always looking for. So yeah,
I don't know what's next. I don't know if it's a video, so just bear with me for 1 second. Did you want to say something? Wait, sorry.
I just wanted to point out that while this went down earlier in the year, Shield AI declined to respond when they were asked for a statement.
Yeah. They were circling their boats too. They could see it. So scary.
There must have been a reason. I don't think that they would just do that just to test. I think the opportunity came up and they did it. Not that I'm saying it's okay.
I think there's an element of autonomy in this that we should also be thinking about. I mean, this is pure spec and pure tinfoil, but, you know, if we have outsourced our military targeting decisions to an AI system and we're saying, hey, you know, Scone software, go and find any potential threat, then it might be that it thought that it was targeting a drug boat, and it might be that it thought that it was targeting a naval warfare center when it was actually targeting a girls' school in Iran, right? So we know that AI makes mistakes. We know that it's fallible, and we know that if we, as I understand it, we have stopped having actual human eyes on a lot of these targeting decisions. I know that that's currently happening in the conflict that we're involved with now. It's been a huge deal. It's possible that AI made an error and targeted something that they thought was more of a threat.
Possible.
I
think we have some pictures to go with this, so just give me a moment.
Okay.
So unclassified. So this is one of the pictures here. Chris put this together for us last second because we were going to just talk about the micro bugs, but we're talking about the bigger ones and the Shield AI now. So the U.S. registered, that word right there, detected at site of suspected CIA boat strike. Do I just call that bug? A bug, a big bug registered to a U.S. defense contractor, Shield AI, flew within 500 meters of an Ecuadorian fishing boat hours before the attack, according to flight data. And then, hold on a second.
We bring you the largely.
So this is, just going to let it play. Want to line it up for me, Chris?
Yes. So what this is an interview that was taken with a witness that was on the boat that day, and he gives a very detailed account of what happened on the boat and the details surrounding what happened to him and his crew afterwards. This is very important.
Very important. Okay, let's play it.
We bring you the largely. Today we bring you the largely unreported stories of fishermen from Ecuador. The fishermen say they were attacked and their boats were destroyed, and they say the United States did it. The United States has carried out more than 50 strikes in the Eastern Pacific and the Caribbean since September, killing almost 200 people. The Trump administration says it is targeting alleged narco-traffickers within the law. So what really happened to those Ecuadorian fishermen? NPR's Carrie Kahn reports.
For generations, the Flores family has been fishing off Ecuador's Pacific coast. Many of them, along with Lisi, the guard dog, live in this compound high on the hill above San Mateo's tiny harbor. My puppy started it all, says 51-year-old Jose Hernan Flores. He built the family business, but rising costs and extorting drug gangs left them with just one boat, the Negra Francisca Duarte. Flores was at the helm of the boat in early March, fishing off the Galapagos Islands. We had been out about 2 weeks with a crew of 16, he says. When about 1:30 in the afternoon, the guys say, "Captain, look, 2 drones are coming at us." One then ripped through the captain's cabin. Boom, it exploded. The cabin filled with flames, he said. His nephew, Jordi Flores, lay on the floor bleeding. Everyone then scrambled into 2 small fishing boats and headed toward a big blue ship they had seen days before. They thought it was a tuna trawler. Flores' cousin filmed this video as he came upon the burning Negra Francisca hours later. He sent word to shore. The crew was gone. The family pressed local authorities to launch a search, and that never happened. After an agonizing week, a call came in. The crew was alive in El Salvador. Captain Flores explains. As we got closer to that big blue boat, armed men screamed, "Put up your hands," he says. The men spoke to each other in English. They tied our hands with plastic cuffs. He said they put hoods over their heads, except Flores' injured nephew, Jordi. He was taken to a makeshift medical unit to treat his sliced, bleeding foot.
Estaba aquí acostado y el pizarrón acá y ellos escribiendo. Escribían del barco, de los drones.
I was laying there and I could see a board on the wall. They had drawn our boat, the drones. They were all bickering over it, Jordi Flores tells me. But it was all in English, so he couldn't understand. The crew, hooded and cuffed, spent the night on the deck in the cold rain before being transferred to a Salvadoran-flagged vessel, says Captain Flores. Once on land in El Salvador, the crew had to pay their flights home. They faced no charges in the U.S., El Salvador, or in Ecuador. NPR reached out to multiple U.S. agencies about the fishermen's allegations. The military Southern Command said they had no knowledge of the incident. No one had answers either in the U.S. Embassy in Quito, the U.S. Coast Guard, the White House, the CIA, or the DEA, which told NPR it does not conduct kinetic strikes.
38, el 3 con el 8, 38.
At the family compound in San Mateo, the Flores gather in the courtyard for a Sunday game of bingo. One of the cousins calls out the numbers.
Oh, ya quedó.
Jordi Flores doesn't join in. He's in his bed in his small house. Doctors say he needs a skin graft operation that will cost $1,800. The family says they're organizing a town-wide bingo night to try and raise the funds. Carrie Kahn, NPR News, San Mateo, Ecuador.
Yeah. So what do you think of that now?
Yeah, thank you for playing that. It's just
yeah, go ahead, Anna. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I had chills just listening to it. It's really, I'm grateful that those people are alive, but how awful that we're doing this, not taking accountability, saying that the CIA doesn't do this, and yet should the AI, like, we know that it does. And so, our tax dollars at work, thank goodness that we're not spending it on, I don't know, schools or trying to fix anything here.
It sounds like it was a mistake to me, because I don't think that they would just target it, like we're talking about, like an actual mistake if it was us, because for them not to charge them with narcos trafficking, that says a lot. I don't know. We should just
they didn't respond to it though. Hold on.
I'd just like to point out that this was on the Galapagos. That's on the Pacific side. Yeah. Every other attack was taking place off the South American coast, on the Atlantic side, and within the Caribbean. This doesn't follow the path of trying to take out smugglers.
So you think so it's probably like a rogue
AI hallucinating.
I
Could be bad
either
intelligence
done
too,
intentionally or by accident. So
yeah, maybe accident.
They're the only two options. It's not even on the right side of the continent.
If you see that bee going that direction, why can't we shoot up an interceptor
to a bumblebee? They do have, I'm sure that they're going to, right now there's an Israeli company actually that offers nets that are supposed to be bumblebee intercepting nets. And so, part of the whole wartime economy is, creating these methods of destruction and then competing companies trying to create preventative strategies. And so it's like, that's a very lucrative business. It's a pretty disgusting one, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I have next. Let's see.
I would have just blamed it. I would be like the worst spokesperson. I would have been like,
here's just a map for you, Rio, where it was.
Yeah. That's so close. Like I said, and like, Chris is saying, that's out of the path, but the proximity to the Galapagos is a big deal. That is like a very protected area. But yeah, I would have just blamed it on Canada. Like, listen, they speak English.
Hey.
That would actually make more sense.
I would just say we got bad intelligence.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate that they lie. I just don't like that they lie. I don't like it. Just say I got bad intelligence. We glitched. We're so sorry. What can we do? Like, I don't like the way they
didn't answer, right? Like, they didn't answer for any of this, the stuff that happened.
Yeah, that's not what a good government does, right? Because you want to be held accountable for these things, and that's not what an American government should look like. It's not meaning we should not operate this way. It doesn't mean that we don't. I'm just saying they should be held accountable for whether it was bad intelligence, bad AI hallucinations. I don't care what it was. It's like, we effed up. We're owning it. What can we do to help these families?
How do we know? Did they say it was written in English? How do we know for sure it was the United States? Like, let's just have an open mind. Like, I'm sure other countries have this technology and like looser, how do we know it was American?
Well, I mean, I guess realistically, to get to the bottom of it, we would have to, launch and conduct an ethical, independent investigation. But the problem is that the folks that conduct the investigation are usually just a part of things that are the top suspects, right? So I guess it would have to be an international incident and be found by independent investigation. I'm like, well, before or after we get to the bottom of the kids' school in Iran, right? So
take it to The Hague.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the first article, I think they did say it was U.S. They tracked it. Chris, can you verify that for me?
Yes, what they did admit to is that one of the drones, or bees, I apologize, that went there to survey the damage a few hours after was confirmed as a Shield AI US government drone. So whether they were there to do it, they happened to be there a couple hours later, and it's pretty isolated. That is not flying from South America or Central America to get over there. It had to either be dropped by plane or brought by an alleged boat, and they were picked up by a boat.
Yeah.
What was? Do y'all remember the clip though? Said that some of the people were picked up and mistreated. What was that about? Was that the same boat?
The one that they hit? Yes.
So who would have been?
I mean, that's the answers that we want, and they haven't answered it.
Yeah,
and it's an ongoing. Yeah, you can look into it. You can look into it. It's all. It's
no,
all
I'm just so it's.
Well, if they're getting picked up and then mistreated, that's an operation. Like you can't pretend like this was an accident, but then when they get picked up and rescued, they're not treated well. I mean, what was? I don't know. There seems to be dual purposes here.
Maybe probably told to shut up or not to talk about this. Maybe, perhaps, allegedly. I don't know.
It just kills me because I feel like there's so many like. I know for a fact that there are so many service members who signed up as GWAT service members after 9/11 that served up, and joined up and had no intention of being part of anything like this. And I do think that in part these accelerationists, this autonomous, AI, the new prime guys, they are ruthless, and that my real opinion is they're ruthless and cutthroat, and that this tracks very much along with what we've seen from them, so it doesn't even really surprise me. That's what makes me so sad.
I mean, just for the entertainment of being sadistic, like if these guys weren't actually trafficking, like there was no information to get out of them, like that makes it even.
Well, remember that, it is Alex Karp, who is the co-founder of Palantir, said that his big dream is to complete the autonomous kill chain, as in no human in the loop, and they just go out and do it. So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Okay, let's see what we have next here. I don't know if it's a video. I might have to get... Can you just pull down the screen for 1 second so I can remove one video? Because I don't think I can show it because of the... bomb. Yeah. So let me just remove that before I play it.
And just so everybody knows, if you guys are watching on Twitter, hi, I am, as we get into these more crazy topics, I am going to stop the Twitter stream, and it's just going to be on YouTube for my channel anyway. So anybody who's watching out from the Twitter sphere, please go and jump on YouTube on. I think all of us are streaming it, so just whichever one hits your guys' timeline first, and we will see you over there. But to everybody else, I'm like, stay where you are. Don't worry. Let me just do that because I don't want to see us.
Yeah, it's a good pause too. Like everyone, really quick, please like and subscribe our stream. If you haven't done that already and you think what you're seeing here is great. I'm Adn 1776. That's Allie Top Files, Rio Gates, and Anna Escobar. So we're all here on YouTube. So please go there. I will also add it in my description, everyone's information. I've dropped it already in our comments chat. So please like and subscribe if you did like this content. We have over 1,200 people here right now. So we're happy you're here and thank you so much. Allie, you ready for me?
Yes, I'm ready. All right. This is the actual, there's a video, but I don't want to do anything to our channel. So you guys can look that up and watch it. I could not play that, Chris. I'm sorry.
It is a no-go.
It's a no-go because it has it shows what happened. Someone took a video of it with their cell phone.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yes.
I just wanted to mention that if you did want to try playing that, what you could do is wait to the very, very end of the stream, roll it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I know. I'm just throwing it out as an option. You could roll it at the very end of the stream and then just cut it out after.
It's more like,
that way you get to share it and save the stream.
Well, you remember the G strip thing that we did before? It had that. I had to edit it out. So you can't really show bombs and fire explosions and stuff. So I'm just going to leave it for my vibe and what my intuition is, I'm not going to show it. You guys can go look up the video, and yeah, you just talk about this, Chris. You can just lead up to it and explain what's happening in the picture here. Unclassified. So where did they get these actual pictures then from?
These I found online. There was a whole bunch of, I guess, released unclassified footage about the actual hit. So if you look at what Ali has displayed on the left side, that is the exact video. So literally it is that video, and that's what plays. I'll see if I can get the link and throw it in everybody's chat. So I'll do that once I get off here. But this is literally infrared pictures taken of it actually going down. So this was recorded. People were watching this. People were supervising this. People knew what was going on. So why didn't anybody take any responsibility for what was happened? That's kind of confusing, and I don't really like that. I believe one of you ladies already mentioned that if it happened, just admit it. If it was a mistake, just go, hey, we're sorry. We'll help these citizens get back home. We'll pay for their medical treatment. There's a lot of things they could have done if this was a mistake. And if it was a mistake and they just decided to wipe their hands of it, I think that's pretty gross.
That's terrible. A skin graft. And you know what? Like in US dollars, that's not even a lot of money. It's like it wouldn't even cost us much to take care of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If we're willing to send money overseas for causes that no American person wants to partake in, we should at least own the crap that we do accidentally and send them the money. Like, that's just so messed up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys can like read up on that a little bit more if you want to watch. I'm sorry I can't play the video, but I think it's on ongoing investigation. That's what the Washington Post said. And that was in March. This happened March 17th, 2026. So moving on, we're now gonna dive into the micro bugs. Okay, everybody, are we ready? Okay, let's go. Well, we're gonna start off with this. We're gonna start off with this. It's not.
See why I wanted to go to YouTube. I was like, I don't want them to see us putting it up there.
I clicked out too.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, if you guys don't know what this is, I posted this on my X.
Looks like
this is Rick Cutler's post. Okay, and I'm going to lead into why I'm showing you this now, because there was a micro bug over his head. I caught that little freeze frame of it, and I'll show it in a minute. And he just did this when I actually posted it. He put this out, and John Cullen actually commented on my my X post, but he posted this on August 9th, 2026 on his social media account. Don't ask me where I got it because I'm not going to say. So you can read it here. Things that make you go, and this is his account. Rick Cutler is the one that was, people call him the palm pistol guy or whatever. He was gesturing something, touching his sleeve or whatever. Okay, so he says, he starts with a Bible verse, which I'll get into in a moment. But this is what he wrote regarding this picture here, which I put into Google. I tried to find it, and it came up a Ukraine-Russian link of this particular picture. Just in reference, guys. So he uses this picture, and then he says, interesting note, the term locust-like bugs is already used for military swarming UAV technology designed to mimic insect behavior, such as the U.S. Navy's Locust, low-cost UAV swarming technology program. These systems can launch dozens of small autonomous bugs in rapid succession to overwhelm defenses. I know.
And this is from Rick's private Insta. So for everybody watching along, I know that there was some conversation about like maybe a fake Rick Cutler profile that was on Twitter. This is from his private Instagram. So you guys are getting a real behind the scenes for everybody who has been wondering, where's Rick been? What's he been up to? Well, on August 9th, he decided to go and post this incredibly scary looking. Can we just take a moment? Why would he post that? Like, why would any human and think it was cool? Like, so it's very weird to begin with, but So you guys are seeing, and so Allie is someone who's so great at finding information. These are the kind of images that you're not going to see anywhere because it's from a private account, right, Alice?
Yes.
That looks like a biblical plague.
Yes. Locusts, right?
Yes. And he puts he put hashtag Revelations 9 here. So if I go to you guys can read that after. But if I go to what Revelations 9 is regarding locusts and what it symbolizes, you can read that there now, you guys, if you want. Revelation 9 has revealed destroying locusts, an image used of world power, since the locusts represent the Roman Empire, because the locust and the beast are synonymous images. Revelation 11:7, then the object of God's wrath is the nation of overseas. I don't know if he's this is the thing that I it's just the timing of this photo. I don't know if he's referencing or if he's bragging or if he's signaling.
You know what? Do we think, and to answer, maybe help answer your question, do we think that the Rick Cutler on X is the legitimate one because he commented?
No, it's a fake one that I think we already,
That's a fake one.
He's taking my post, by the way, and he's putting it on his page.
Of course he is.
It's literally happening. I think it's a Blake account. I think it's a Blake friend.
That would be crazy. Can you go back to the post, Alice?
I just want to jump in here quickly, ladies. The video that we referenced that we couldn't show has been put into all of your chats. So it's in every chat.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
This one?
Thank you.
This post?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, just while we talk about it, because it's just so shocking and it's so like, what on earth is that man doing? What is he doing posting this? Things that make you go, being the beginning of the actual comment that he makes about it.
I wouldn't put this out there if it wasn't legit either. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I think these people are so messed up in the head that this is like a foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Well, if you read it, it kind of is important because it says right here, they were not permitted to kill them, but only to torment them for 5 months. Their torment was like the torment of a scorpion when it strikes a man. In those days, men will seek death and will not find it. They all will long to die, and death will flee from them. That seems like a warning. Like we're coming
persecution of Christians here.
That's weird. That's not normal things to post about in that regard, unless you're. It could be a warning. Maybe he's warning people. I know about this stuff. I mean, once again, giving people, we can't assume their intentions. He could be warning, like, hey, we're gonna send these out to, whatever you.
What's a warning
another third one?
It could be. It's like,
what do people in the chat think?
What would a warning do for us? We can't.
Well, they always say that they have to say what they're going to do before they're going to do it. Whether that's what he's doing here or not, I don't want to assume people's motives. I try really hard not to. So I'm going to lean into make your own decision on that because it is not a normal thing to post.
Not at this time when you got John Cullen putting out all these videos about the bugs, like literally the bigger ones. He's literally talking about UVU. Like it's just all coming in. Did you guys see that on X? It's like every day it's about that. They're having spaces about it. And then he drops this. It's just the timing of it.
I don't
know. It's creepy. It's creepy. It's like, it's not normal. Also, it doesn't look like he has a ton of people on his Instagram, given he has 3 likes. I have a tiny Instagram. I just made it like 3 months ago. I get that many likes all the time. I have like 200, 300 followers. So it's like, he's not posting this for anyone, but maybe himself. So you have to think about that. It's like, he's not like out here, like putting like this warning. It's like, that's kind of a psychology you even have to put your mindset into. It's like, who's he posting this for? Even there's literally no one here.
He's biblical too. Like he's very biblical, like Erica is.
And you guys know that he was hanging out with the director of U.S. Secret Service recently.
Yes, I have that here somewhere. Right here. There you go.
Right. That is Rick Cutler. Amazing find by Allie. Another amazing find by Allie. So
it's on his same. Yeah, it's on his same. Like the private Instagram. Yeah.
Exactly. And so that is him saying, while I was working as working in an executive protection detail for a member of Congress, I was able to meet the director of the Secret Service for POTUS, Sean Curran. And that is the same man that is in the photograph, the famous fight, fight, fight photograph, right? So
From Butler, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So he's a bigwig, a Secret Service bigwig. So while we think that Rick Cutler is just palm gun guy, just brown shirt guy, he is not a one-off, and he certainly seems right. He has not gone off to rock in a rocking chair. He has not gone to go and just try to forget all of the sad things that happened that day. Like he's still active and around. I think he's in. Do we know where he is? Like, can I say it? Where he is?
I mean,
he's in the United States.
Yeah,
right?
he is. You could say that.
We'll say that. But so I'm like, guys, like that's why I'm like, why are you drone swarm posting right now? Like, please, aren't you supposed to be in South America? Like, can you go somewhere else? Like,
right? Didn't he retire in 2019? Like,
right?
Yes.
That's what I don't get.
He's
back, baby.
He's back.
He's back. So. But like,
back.
You never
no.
The return of Cutler.
Exactly.
Gosh, things that make you go, like, what is this?
So yeah, like so we know he's doing something. He's not retired. He's definitely, and he's looks like he's doing protection for the. It doesn't say who he's protecting, like executive protector of who for Congress. I don't know who he's protecting, so that's interesting. I had a write up of where he was too. It was at some event, but it's funny his picture wasn't posted anywhere, but. Sean's was like his picture was posted with some other people on X, but his was not. So
he's ghost.
You can't find him. And I told everybody from the beginning, everybody's like, why don't you talk about Rick Cutler? I do, guys. It's just I have to do it in a safe way,
right?
Because like everybody knows, I don't want anything to happen.
Yeah, don't come over here. Nope. Enjoy your retirement, Rick. Hope you're having fun.
Okay. Great job. But moving on to this.
Yes,
this is the one I found.
Justice for Drone Gate.
I have believed this the whole time. I've seen the palm ones that can do stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyways.
And exactly. And so that was the thing. So we know that there have been different folks who have had, more and less degrees of certainty that they feel as though these small drones were bumblebees. I guess those ones are dragonflies. Were seen at UVU. Now, I really do understand that different people feel more and less comfort with that, and that's just fine. However, to take information like that, to take images like that, and then to dismiss them, I think is an investigative mistake. Yep. I'm not someone who subscribes to the idea personally that the bumblebees pictured or anything necessarily are the mechanism of action for what happened to Charlie. That is not my personal belief at this time, but to totally rule out the idea that those could have been something that were mechanical, it feels to me like it's really limiting our potentials here. And so we know the technology exists, so why would we deny that it's possible?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you just think of the perception of the one, I zoomed it in. Okay, well, we know that like this one, I've everybody said, oh, bugs, they're all bugs. I know like a lot of people caught them. So I spent like, I don't know, 2 days freeze framing other pictures. And then I'm like, there was one by Rick that was just going and coming back. And it took me a long time to freeze frame it. They fly fast. So it took me, oh my God, it took me so long to get this one. But this one wasn't that hard. But you can see this one is the perception of it. And here's Chief Long here. If we put that over to here, this isn't a dragonfly. It's a bit bigger, and it's look at here. It has something on the back there. Dragonflies don't have a backpack. They don't have that.
I mean, to me, it's just we know that this technology exists, and it certainly looks like that. So whether there's any sort of projectile that's capable, or if they could reach the velocity where they actually caused an injury, et cetera, it's like, well, let's keep in mind that this is the sort of thing that, for example, the CIA, the drug boat CIA, the same organization, they have had this technology in place for a very, very long time. And so for us to rule it out as definitely being biological, that feels like a mistake to me, as far as what we're seeing here. Right. And then we consider like the hive mind and the shield AI. Allie, do you want to show them the?
Yes. I just want to say I posted this, and that was on August, I don't know if it was 8th or 9th, and that's the same day that Rick did that post. And John Cullen did comment on this and said, good job for this. Good job, he said.
The thing is, I still have an open mind for anything, even if I can't explain it, because I can say that none of us know the mechanism of injury right now, like not 100%. And if it were a gun, there are so many of us who have seen those kind of injuries and have been around firearms. It wouldn't be this complicated. So at this point, I'm not going to discount any theories as to what it could be, because I can't just say it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And drones can also be used. They can be used for data collection too. Like it could just be on the scene for collecting whatever else is going on there. So
sure, but to deny it, to like dismiss it.
They may not have been the method used, but they could totally have been there for alternative purposes that we're not privy to.
I think Anna put it into, what did you put that in? You took my picture and you put it into something. You want to explain it?
Oh, here. Well, go to the next slide, will you? Well, So, what made me start to think that I had a higher degree of confidence that there could be some relevance to this is, so initially I was just using, just Gemini, just Googling, right? And I was trying to find out different kinds of micro drones or micro bees that hypothetically could fit within this profile. And in the beginning, I just wanted to show the Gemini conversation here. It was really, really fascinating to me. And the reason is, initially, when I discussed with Gemini, I was just like, hey, can you just give me a list of, because the good spot for AI is it can give you a jumping off point and then you have to go confirm yourself, right? But I thought, okay, let me just see, give me the name of the micro drone makers in 2025 and 2024. And it was giving me a number of potential contractors that seemed to have the correct kind of, a drone system that would fit within what we were looking at in that image. It was fascinating to me that it gave me a huge list. But then when I said, well, I'm looking for one with a fatter body, and then I sent it the picture, right? I just pulled a picture into Gemini. Hey, do you recognize this in any way? And it was really interesting because all of a sudden, Gemini said, you can see the conversation right there. Gemini says the item circled in the image is not a military drone or micro UAV, despite ongoing speculation and alternative theories discussed online by independent researchers like Allie Top Files. So Google knows who you are, Als. Instead, and right, and that's hilarious. Funny. The weird part is this: it says instead, the object is a white plastic folding chair captured midair or in an unusual position because behind the stage set. The pixelation and low resolution of the video could distort its shape, creating an optical illusion that makes the legs and back of the chair resemble a bulbous insectoid body with protruding landing gear. I go on to, I'm like, where are you? This one. I was like, hold on, you're gaslighting me. Quit gaslighting us. I was like, that is not an optical illusion. Obviously, the existence of the micro drones we have discussed means that this tech exists. You just may not be aware of it, right? And so
don't tell me that's not a bug, guys. Some people
no. Allie.
Yeah, man.
That's a lawn chair, apparently, according to Google. And I'm
even
like, okay.
Jason Goodman didn't even answer me because he's been telling everybody it's bugs, and he had no answer.
We won't worry about
have an answer.
Investigators, but what we'll say is that is clearly not a lawn chair. And any person who's watched the video, if it wanted to explain it one way or another, but for it to explain it in a way that I honestly find really off-putting, and then it's like, no, here. Like, I was like, that's not true. And it's like, whoa, okay, valid. I know I was just listing all of the bug-shaped microdrones that we have, but that picture right there, that's a lawn chair. And that was really the excuse that it was trying to give me. So as I was thinking about the dangers of AI, and autonomous systems and weapons manufacturers. I was like that, you know, and so SEO, and like, long story short, SEO optimization is bad for America, and we should not be believing, we should never outsource our thinking to AI. This is a lot of the reason I harp on that. But why not a lawn chair? I was like, you're gaslighting me.
Be so serious.
You should have been like,
Allie, show them that. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, you should have been like, hey, Blake and Neff, I didn't know you had a side hustle as like working as AI.
As Gemini, exactly. I'm like, Allie, show them the insectoid, whatever, the CIA one.
Okay,
please.
so what we think it is, we were trying to find this, like a similar, obviously, guys, it's not the most clearest picture on the planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a zoomed up, and in my opinion, it is not a bug. And
it is so funny looking.
And either is this one.
Right.
Yeah. Unless it's like it's pregnant on the top of its back, but it's not. I don't think so. This is what we think this one is. I think I have the next slide. I thought it could be this one because it had.
Look at that shape. Why are they gaslighting us? Like, why are they gaslighting us? This literally exists. Like, that's the correct shape.
For a while.
There are micro drones. That one is in particular is made by the Chinese government, just so everyone's aware. I wanted you to show them the article if you can. Can you show them the article?
I don't know if I have on this one.
The
article. Yes.
Can you show them that one? I think that's really relevant.
So what do you guys think? Do you think it looks like? I think it looks like that one. Maybe not.
Why would they make it white? That feels like you're gonna get seen with white. Am I crazy for that?
It could be the glaring of the sun or something.
The sun, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what color the thing was. I have no idea what color it was.
Hot pink.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So here
so this is where I think it's really important. So this is because again, as we're looking at this information, I want everyone to consider that this is from a Wikipedia article, okay, about the Insectophopter from the CIA's actual museum in the 1970s. That right there was something that the CIA was using for their drone technology, for a listening device, okay? So that was in the 1970s. We are, 55 years on from there. So anyone who thinks that this sort of thing doesn't exist, well, the CIA has now in 2020 declassified the fact that this technology does exist and has existed for the past 55 years. So I'm just like, I'm getting kind of ticked off about how much they're trying to cover it up. Because at first, guys, I just need everyone to know I was 50-50 bug drone. And I was like, I don't think really either way they're super relevant. I just don't know that they are.
What I love about this case too is you learn so much about different technologies. Like even if you ship it or not, like what they can, we're learning actively what these things are able to do and what our government has been up to. So that's what I also love about this case. Like I was learning about the EMP theories and the electrocution theory, and now we've learned about drones and all that stuff. And it just like, even if, you know, none of it's what actually happened, like we're all getting smarter as a collective. And I just want to point that out. Like, I love that about this case. Cause it's, just asking questions equals learning new things. And don't let anyone tell you can't just ask some questions.
Because I didn't know this was already in development in 1970s. So
no, not in the 70s.
That's pretty impressive.
It is. And now it's in declassified in 2015 and in 2020. So.
And the idea that, you know, a smart defense contractor isn't going to take that declassified information and say, you know what, gosh, we could probably make something like that, whether that's an American one, a Chinese one, or other. It's like now that they're trying to hide it so much, I'm like, well, now it definitely has something to, you know, they're overreacting. Let's put it like that. So I'm like, you know, just for all of the drone skeptical people, I do understand, but we should keep our minds open. And it would be a mistake to just brush things off at this point in the case, because the only thing that we know is that what didn't happen is Tyler Robinson did not plan and execute Charlie Kirk with his granddaddy's Mauser 98 with a 30-06 on the top of Lucy Center, and then call his boyfriend from a steakhouse or whatever. Like that's the one thing that we know didn't happen. Yeah. So we shouldn't close ourselves off to any of it.
So I know, and I will try to find the footage. I know I have seen palm, like it's like the size of the palm. It's a drone and it can shoot a projectile that's lethal. I know I've seen it. I'm going to find that because that would totally track if it's out there.
Didn't a small one, or you mean the bigger one?
No, it's small. It's about the size of my mouse, if not small, like this big.
Wow. The smaller ones can do that too. I guess they can do anything.
Yeah. I mean, it was they shot showed it shooting something, and that was terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I did see that. I did see. Didn't it just? Is that the one that actually goes right into the guy's head or something? That one?
I don't remember. It's been a minute since I saw it. I just remember when I did see it, that was terrifying.
So you're saying like the small bug itself shoots something out, or does it does like kamikaze and just goes right into you? And
no, it shoots a projectile.
Wow. Oh, I'd love to see that.
I will look for it.
I would love to see that.
I want to hear more about the EMP theory since we've got Adn here. I'm fascinated by that.
Oh, girl. Well, it is just too big brain for me, but from my understanding, you can kind of wire up a scenario where you can basically use a directed energy weapon in congruency with an EMP. And basically you can kind of, she describes it as a laser. You can shoot basically invisible, it's hard to describe, but like electromagnetism things at people, but you have to have specific conditions to do this. And what she said too, 72 is who I learned all this from. And she thought, the position of the camera is very odd. You can kind of see a poof of air come out, and you can see that in photos, are these little air droplets or air, puffs. She says puffs.
Yeah.
And that can mean that energy is moving towards or away from you, because that's how it works. And then it's so complicated for me to describe it when she does it. She does much better. But basically you have the electromagnetic field, and that kind of works like part of it is a donut shape, and then the other way it faces like towards you. And that's kind of why when you see Charlie's head look funny right before he gets hit, it moves kind of like a wave if you slow it down really slow. And that could be part of this electromagnetic.
So would it need like a transmitter on one side and receiver on the other side? Like it shot like a pulse of.
So you'd need, it sounds like a Mark's, I can't remember his capacitor or generator. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get that part right, but it's under, she was speculating it's under where the tunnel is, where the legs are, where his legs are underneath.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
she said it could be backpack size even. And then she also said that the two backpacks could have some of those technologies, like we hear with Mikey McCoy. And what was the other guy, Allie?
Nathan?
The other back.
Nate Walker? Nate Walker?
Yeah. Yeah,
Danny
the two
Phillips?
backpacks could have been part of this. And then the way the tent was set up, she has like so much information, and I'm doing just not a great job here.
Okay.
So we can find that on your channel, right? You did a show with
Oh
her?
yeah. There, it was like a 2-hour long video, but basically the right conditions, and especially remember when Charlie's knees knocked together, which is I think one of the reasons Allie also kind of thought there could be electrocution, is because and mind you, this is still electricity, so it's not like we're taking that out of the equation, which I think is pretty smart, because it does still look kind of like that when he gets shot, but his knees knocked together. It would be pretty rare for that to happen if it was a gunshot, because his legs would go flat, like he would just sprawl and fall backwards instead of clench up and then go down.
That's why I thought like electricity would be a key here of some sort, because
and it would be key because that's your electro portion, and then the magnetic portion is kind of where it would basically oh, this is so gross to say,
like
but squish his insides,
because
that's how the field works. It would like kind of make it squishy where you know where the neck hole was, and all that weird blood came out. It's super thick in her theory, because some of that spinal fluid and the inside became
one
liquefied
before it
came out of him, and there would need to be a release because of his necklace. It's very detailed. I know I'm not doing it any sort of justice, but the necklace has a lot to do with that too. Like when you think about shooting like electricity and then magnetism at someone, they would be drawn to the necklace because of the metal material, and it could have pulled up there for that exact spot because of some of that.
So my question would be, I mean, this is just speculating because I think it's fascinating. I think it's fascinating, right? And so my question would be, if they had intended for this to mimic a gunshot to the chest, right? Wouldn't they have expected the necklace? Did they not plan for that? I mean, it just seems like
I think that's how all of the theories are. You wouldn't plan for it to be in the neck with a shoot. You wouldn't plan for it with the Rode mic situation. That wasn't, if you were supposed to plan for the chest, it still went up. And then the same thing with the necklace. For the EMP, if they were going for the chest, but didn't really think about how the necklace could have maybe been a bigger play there, because there was also a weird thing that is hard to nail down, which is that sound you hear, the crack.
Yeah.
That sound can be replicated by this EMP, whereas with a Rode mic, it's hard to replicate an actual rifle crack. And then there was other witnesses on scene that said they were in the back where you would hear a rifle shot, and they didn't hear it. They said they were kind of looking around, wondering where the sound came from, and if it was coming from the front, which would be the same as a Rode, but mind you, it'd be hard to replicate that sound unless you use the speakers. That's where that crack sound comes from, because it's actually from him liquefying inside. Like it's like that's the theory. There's just different things, and she actually explained to me that drones could be there to help facilitate some of this stuff and get information back.
Simultaneous detonation too. Yeah, I mean, if all they would need to do with the drones is have one that does facial recognition, be responsible for detonating. Well, could be an EMP, could be a mic, could be a lot of things, right? But
there's something about touching the mic too that can activate it and trigger it by itself. Like, when you think about the electrocution theory, there's something weird with that mic.
The handheld mic is the
handheld
key
mic.
To all of
it doesn't mean that the microphone also couldn't have exploded from any of this information. It's all of the impact.
Two or three things happen probably.
Yeah.
It is interesting though, for the timing based on that question that was asked. It was like, like everything had to fall straight, like right into place with that.
100%.
Unless it was just coincidence that that's when it happened. I mean, it very well could have been, whenever it happens, and then it
would be hard to figure out who's triggering what anytime, right? Think about your Rode mic. When did they trigger that, right? What is the mechanism for getting these things down the pipeline? They know that, we don't. Like, that's like one of those questions where you think to yourself, well, that's where we probably would need a whistleblower or someone else on the scene to try and figure this out. How would you trigger any of these events beside the shooter? The shooter is the easiest one. You think about that, like, okay, you hear a call sign from Hunter Kozak, he says a certain word if he's involved. I'm just assuming, right? This is a speculation. That would be the easiest thing, is hearing him and then pow.
Right.
What's a different trigger for the other situations? I think that's still in question, in my opinion.
I've always thought that drone, that the one Bumblebee, the one that is at the tree line, from the Adam Bartholomew footage that Baron brought out. There's one that's hovering at the tree line amongst all the students. It's the one that peels out. I think we do have a video of it, Allie. I was hoping we were going to show that video at some point, but of the big one. And so, and so there's a particular drone that is hovering at the tree line, and it takes off like about at a heck at the moment of the sound. And I've always thought it would make the most sense to me anyway, if that device were hanging out and was just a remote detonation system. It could trigger the sound of a rifle shot too. They have or something just fired overhead, which would account for the sound. But then it could be that it sets off an EMP, it could be that it's like simultaneous detonation of EMP and rifle sound. Like, that's pretty standard stuff for those devices anyway. Yeah, do you have it?
Yeah, I'm just going to move forward. I just didn't show this slide
How
yet.
I would also explain it to me is like, to you and me, this technology is foreign, but to these people, they would have been trained. Like, this is someone who is an engineer science teacher for elementary school kids, and she gets the concepts because she's in this field.
Right.
I'm trying to explain it to you, and I'm over here like, girl, I'm doing the best I can.
That's
I'm saying, like, it sounds weird to us, but she's like, it would be fairly easy. Like, that's how she made it seem like it would be kind of easy to replicate.
Technology is pretty easy.
Like, how scary it is that, honestly, if that were true, if that were what happened, then hypothetically, you wouldn't even necessarily need any of the guys there on the ground to be even aware of it. If it were something that were, part of the camera itself that was a device, then at some point you could have just swapped out the cameras that Philip Goldsberry was going to bring on campus that day. And as long as you got the backpack in the right spot, I mean, somehow, whatever, who knows how that part of it would have taken place. But as long as that got into the right spot, then all of this could have been done autonomously. And I think that that is an important thing for people to think about, because if you are able to keep the actual person who's the, person pushing the trigger, if you don't have video of them doing it, then that's like how an actual covert operation exfil, like that is what they are very interested in creating. So that's really scary and awful.
I think that's why they thought they could get away with this too.
Yep.
Well, and you think about, they even were there setting up the tent. Like, you talked to Meech about it, and like, that's not normal. But for the theory, that the EMP theory, they would need to like make sure the tent was a certain way, like just for all those things. And it's not a perfect theory. She's still, figuring things out. But I did find it was interesting that it's like, even the tent they placed that day, maybe they didn't know why they were supposed to. Once again, I don't know what these people's motives are, nor do I know.
All the tent legs were elevated on like protected platform, each leg, which was really bizarre.
Meech didn't like that, remember? Who's been there for those tabling events for years and years, and was like, why is he sitting that high? That makes no sense. And it might be that the angle of the camera, or
there was something about having to be up higher, so then from different angles it would basically make some type of bowl shape where the energy would be perfectly directed at him. See, once again, I'm doing my best here, but that's how I remember.
It could also be that the target area needed to be up higher to clear maybe like any metal that was holding up the tent, anything that like wasn't grounded. Maybe, I don't know how they set the
Chris
tent
could put that video in the chat.
If you were lower, maybe there was a risk that the zap would get rerouted and blow off like a chain or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll put that video in the chat for you guys. Adn's video that she did with her. What's her name?
What she said, 72.
Yes,
She's anonymous. She knows some of this science too is not declassified. Like, she's had to dig and dig and dig to try and find some of this information. So I'd recommend also here. I'll drop her information. I'll drop her X in the chat, because that's all she does right now is X. But she's been super cool. It's just interesting to learn about. A lot of this stuff is actually very similar to the missing scientist stuff I've studied. They were working on similar technology.
Which video is it? Let me see.
Same people.
People did part 1 and part 2. Should I be dropping both, Adn?
I'd recommend part 1. It goes way more in detail. Part 2 is like, we went into some other information, and then we went over that very high level. But I think part 1 did a great job.
Okay.
That's wonderful. Hey, Alec, can you show that video?
So I'm trying. I just want to get everybody's attention on this. This is just pictures I never showed of the dragonfly one that was up by Chief Long. So this one is the one from above, and it could be something similar like that. They have these just to show everybody, because people are like, no, it's not this. I believe it is. I believe it is. So, okay, let's keep going. This is also another one from UVU. This is right on the corner. You know where Butch was standing and the Kellers? On that side, on Charlie's right side. Here's another one here. Look how long the legs are. Look at the flight of it. It looks pretty big.
That's the size of a southern mosquito.
Right?
There may be a difference between the Chinese mosquito and a southern United States mosquito. They are like birds. Yeah.
Look at that. Okay, so I have the slideshow lined up, Anna, so I can't just like pull it up right now. So you want to lead into this? I think the video's after this one.
I'm hoping if we could do the video first, if you don't mind, because I really think that it kind of adds a lot of clarity. Would you mind just scooting forward to it, and then we can go back
to the video first? Okay, I think it's after this one.
Apparently there's been a shooting.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to show that video. So that video, I find it compelling. I really do.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times. Yeah, this is great. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll play it again.
Apparently there's been a shooting.
I really think that that is compelling evidence of what many people believe to be those kind of bumblebees, right? And so, and the location right there, you can see that it would have had a pretty clear shot of actually being able to visually identify Charlie. That's a normal thing. They do facial recognition. They do autonomous systems. The Shield AI works with those. So I don't love it. I feel as though if I were really planning a government level operation, a government level covert operation, I wouldn't want to have a trigger man that I can see, that I can watch, you know, literally pull the trigger. If I can see Dan Flood, or I can see Rick Cutler, or I can see, you know, Frank Turk, or Dan, you know, whomever, if I can see Philip Goldsberry put the mic on Charlie, well, now the jig is up. Now, all right, there's the bad guy. There you go. But if you really wanted to conduct a covert state level operation, then realistically, having the plausible deniability and that layer, because we don't know if that belongs to the United States, to our greatest ally, to China, to Russia, to a leftist furry, whatever.
And then we should have these answers when no one's answering what this is.
Right.
They've had this technology around for years, you guys, and I guarantee this is just the first time they've used it in a public execution in the United States. I bet they've tested this, like things we don't even want to talk about, you know, like with facial recognition, but they didn't have the balls to roll it out until now.
Well, think about when you guys go to the airport. You know, when you go to the airport, if you're passing through Customs and Border Patrol, like, you know, you're going through customs at the airport when you fly internationally. You know, nowadays, you don't even barely stop. You do not have to, you oftentimes don't even have to take your passport out to enter the United States. All you have to do is stand in front of a device and it scans your face, gives you a little green circle, and you're on your way. That is the level of facial recognition software and technology that is being utilized on American citizens on a daily basis. So the idea that they couldn't already know what Charlie looks like, come over, see Charlie, identify, and then just say, all right, detonate at whatever timing they wanted. Well, now you've got a bad guy that's now just flown off, and it really could be that no one there on the ground was none the wiser. I really do think that that is like, it's what makes the most sense to me. And it could be that it's triggering an EMP. That's, I'm like, oh, that's fascinating. I can't look at that more.
You know, one funny part to this I was going to say is it would really suck for someone in the crowd to look like Charlie. But so, like, second though, maybe this was also like, if people knew that this was going to happen, maybe they were still shocked that they actually pulled it off. You know,
somebody said in the chat that bugs were at Butler.
Oh, great.
Well, this is something that they would be testing at Fort Huachuca. Just saying.
Yes, it is. And interestingly, those drone swarms and Shield AI, those are both systems that they work on at NSWC Crane. So small world, right? That's where that accurate energy.
Talking about that, let's go to this. So that they said there was no, you know, footage that day. I mean, and Frank Turk says, I correct myself. I thought there was, but somebody was taking a selfie from the Hall of Flags. No, there was.
That doesn't look nearly thick enough. That must have been before, as people were.
Yeah, it was before.
Okay.
Not all the people are there. This is around probably, I don't know, 10, 30, 11 or something like that.
I believe it was 30 minutes to 60 minutes prior.
Yeah. Okay, so, and we got this. We all know about Lindsey Graham, what happened there. So he visited a production facility belonging to Ukraine defense company Skyfall as a part of his trip to the Ukraine. The company manufactures well-known, you know, that word right there, the bugs, models for various purposes. And I got a picture of this. He's holding one. This is his last picture on Earth that he took before he passed away. And it's just interesting because here we had this was just before he passed away. I did a live on this. Chris can even like talk about it. We did a live on this because was this in Iran that they put these marks on their heads?
Yes. So that was part of a protest there leading up to the war, if not maybe when the war first started. And it was not just him. They had posters like that of Bibi, Trump, Shapiro, Lindsay. The list goes on. Anyone who's sort of been pro, they had a poster made of them. And they had huge ones hanging from buildings, over cars, ones that were like hundreds of feet long that the crowd was holding up.
This was like not too long, and then this happened. Okay. Yeah. And then he went on his trip, and then I was covering the story, and I had somebody from Russia in my chat saying that Russia allegedly did this to him, but I don't know. I'm just telling you what somebody said in my chat.
That would be my guess.
Where is his body? What's going on? We haven't really heard much of this. Was there a funeral?
That would mean he'd need to be they would have needed to be infiltrated when they're in Ukraine by someone in Russia. Like they'd have to have somebody.
But look at what he's holding here. You're right. You're right, Adn.
Yeah. Doesn't mean it's not possible. I mean, they have similar accents, and I don't know.
Yeah. That's it for my slideshow, though. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that.
We did. I feel like I'm 10 times smarter, even. I do.
Me too.
So we can. I'm getting really tired. I don't know about you guys. We can run through whatever super chats, and then I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go soon. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was awesome, Allie. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you to Chris and Anna for that last minute Shield AI that we put up here.
That was awesome. Thank you guys are the best. Okay, so I'm gonna just go through and do you guys want me to just read them all and we just go through them, or does everyone want to read their own?
Yeah. No, you read them all.
I'll read them all and we can just do this together.
We'll answer the questions, whatever.
Let's do it. Jeannie became a YouTube member. Yay. Thank you, Jeannie. And then we've got Courtney became a YouTube member. Go off, Courtney. We love you. Let's do it. All right. Love your content. I also watch Allie. God bless you and keep up the great work. I don't know who that's for, but yay.
Regardless.
We love that. We got some jewels.
Oh, that's like La Conquistadora. I know her. She's sweet pie. Thank you.
Yay. So I wonder if that was for you, Anna.
I don't know. I still don't know how it works. Could someone remind me?
I know. I just figured out how to figure it out. I'll show you guys offline.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I'll show you guys offline. I finally figured it out.
It's so kind and wonderful.
No, it took me almost a year.
Really?
Why did they make it so confusing?
Yeah.
I'll show you guys offline. It's kind of weird. Okay. Yay, Critter gifted one Anna Escobar membership.
Oh, nice.
Critter,
You're the best.
Oh, she gifted another.
Yay! Okay, thank you for bringing more people onto TSP. That is so appreciated.
That's the best. We always say when you build the community, it's like the number one thing to help the creators, because then we all get to know you, but then you guys are helping bring in new people to the community that wouldn't have paid for a membership before, and they get to know everybody. So it's the best. Thank you for that, Critter.
Absolutely.
All right, big super. It's Friday. The trad work week is done, and I'm sorry to sit and chill with my girls. Let's keep going, Max for Charlie.
Love you, Kiki. You are so sweet and wonderful. And yes, it is Friday. No trad work week. I love that. I'm so glad that you came and hung out with us. We love hanging out with you. So yeah, we're gonna keep going, Max. We are not giving up on this journey at all, ever. Sorry.
No,
sorry.
I love it. All right, we got Court Dog in the house. Hi, ladies. I'm currently building my own personal case file. It's very complicated. Family law, estate law, an array of litigation. May I email a case summary to any of you for suggestions or guidance? Crisis King, God bless. Absolutely.
Hey, you can send it to me. I'm a lawyer. I can take a look at it for you.
Let's do it. All right, you guys want to drop your emails in the chat?
Yeah.
Everyone drop your emails in the chat for Court, and pick a researcher, any researcher, send it all, CC us, totally. Thank you, Court. That's so cool. 30 flowers from Miss Carmen. Thank you, Carmen. This helps engagement, by the way. When you guys send flowers and stuff and spam the chat, that really helps us. It tells the algorithm like, hey, we like it in here, so they're going to push it to more people. So thank you.
Look at that. That's nice.
It
I like that they
is.
all hang out with each other too. You know what I mean? Like I see everybody saying hi and hanging, and I love it. I'm like, hey, the
Yeah, if
gang's
you're
all
a
here.
regular listener, one day you should sit and like get your phone out and actually go in the chat because ours are all lit. Like our chats
Yeah.
are funny. We've got some
We
regular
got
folks.
sense of humor.
We do, yes. So you should do it. All right. Fern's mom says, "Oh, I love that. Are you from You're from New Zealand, so you say mom. I love it." Best L side photo of TR on Wiki. Ari DD pockmark. Oh, good to know. Okay. So I guess
I know what that is. That's Tyler Robinson. Diligent posted a picture, and he has a scar on his face.
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
A little bit higher. Yeah, a little bit higher. Or it could be a chicken pox. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Is that in any other pictures from his booking photo, I wonder?
Good question.
Yeah. So anyways.
Are we going to see any pox?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Jane's awesome. Jane's a regular. I don't know whose channel it's for, but good to see you, Jane. I watch a lot of videos on cults and cult survivors. I can't help thinking that without studying cults, we are never going to understand TBSA. I just did a video with someone. His name is Trip Over Drip or Trevor, and he talked about the LDS cult. And I highly recommend checking that out because that's a good one. You guys have any cult videos on your channels?
I do. Yeah. I did
I
did
don't,
the whole,
but
me and Muppet did a Mormon thing.
I'm
Go check that out.
currently in the depths of researching Odinism and like the culture, like the sacrificial ceremonies and stuff. It's really dark, but no, not yet. I don't have it out yet.
Well, we'll look out for it, Rio. And so check out Allie's channel if you'd like to see some cult info, y'all. All right. I love this name, Tinfoil Mama. Love you. You can pay for school, but you can't buy class.
Oh, yes. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. That's T.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. Look at her little emoji. It's so cute.
All right. We got H. Thomas, 2 Jewel Silver Star. Thank you for doing that. The Unleavened Truth. Loving the girl power in this space right now. Heck yeah. Looking forward to catching up on y'all's content. Keep up the good work, ladies. God bless. God bless you.
I love that handle name.
Me too.
He does. He is on YouTube, I believe, and I think that he did a recent interview with Meech Artifacts.
Yes.
Yeah, and it looked like a great conversation. Although, Unleavened Truth, sir, I seem to remember him being like, "Why did you give me a Mickey Mouse voice?" It was really funny, but it looked like such a great conversation. So, I think everyone should go check that out. That's probably a vibe. That's probably really fun.
Heck yes. Thank you, Anna. I did not see that yet. Okay. Scotty. Oh my gosh.
Scotty.
It's Scotty. It's our boy.
Will
they have an ambulance at the 1-year event? Love you. Let's look out for that.
Just what is that even about? Oh my gosh. The idea that they're doing this. The Kirk, it just feels so disrespectful to him. And it's just like, there'd be one thing if they did like a memorial, a service, something in Arizona. Why are we doing it at UVU? That just, I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah. I'm mad at them very much. It's gross.
I agree with that. And I don't think I'd be able to like host that event. Like I would think I'd feel a little icky about it. Yeah, I am. Hi, baby. We got the kid check-in. He was like, "Are you almost done?"
We're almost done. Yeah, we're almost done.
We're almost done.
Hey, Mama.
He's waiting for food.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Well, I gave him food before. He's like, "That wasn't my dinner." I was like, "Okay, I guess it wasn't your dinner." I love kids.
We're around. Yeah.
He's like round 2. Okay. Anyway, Allie, did anything? So this is for you, my dear. Did anything ever come of the cardboard holders in that one area? The signs that were up then down, Kristen.
There was several signs there. Not the biggest one was held by that guy. I don't know if you guys seen it. And Michelena was saying that crowd there on that side is where she heard the shot from. But I haven't found the people on that side. I wanted to like interview that guy at least that was holding it. Can't find him. Me and Muppet were trying to find him. I haven't found him. So if we can interview some of those people, we can ask those questions. But no, I haven't heard anything. And they just tossed the signs on the side after. But did you guys notice when they put up the sign, it was just like minutes before he was getting hit? it was up and then still stayed up, would you hold a sign still after he got hit? Is that something you do?
No.
No, you would run. You would run. You wouldn't just keep holding it, going like this. You know, I want to find that person and I want to talk to that person, but
everybody reacts differently, Ellie.
Right.
Something's wrong with that corner. Something's wrong with that corner.
If that corner knew something. Dang
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do
Woo!
Amaraba. We got the
Wow.
hound in
What is
here.
Look at the jewel hound.
And we've got 100 jewels from Proud Mama. Thank you so much.
I love the jewels.
Me too. It's good for the chat.
Mhm.
Carmen Barrero, 30 jewels. We got a flower. Thank you so much, Carmen. You're the best.
Those are fun.
Rosario, wanted to let every single one of you amazing ladies know how thankful and proud I am to see women out here fighting so fiercely for truth. God bless you all, and I hope all your channels grow and succeed. Stay true and go Max.
Thank
Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Rosario.
much. That was very
How sweet you
sweet.
are. That's so
Thank you.
kind.
It's very sweet.
We are going to keep going, Max, no matter what, for Charlie, and it's going to take all of us. And yeah, I'm like, fellas, come on, guys.
Yeah.
You know, come and handle this thing, please. Because
Thank you so much, Rosario. That was very sweet.
That is, and it's encouraging for us to keep going as well, because it's tiring at sometimes, but it is also very rewarding when we see things like that. All that positive.
I do have
love.
one picture to share just before we go.
Let's
Just
do
share
it,
that
Allie.
one. Yeah, just do that.
The positive feedback means everything because it lets us know that we are headed the right direction and that you guys are receiving it and that you like it and it's not just a waste of, our time and energy and care, So thank you for the
100%.
feedback.
All right, we've got a couple more, and then we're gonna end with Allie's thing.
Mhm.
wait, is it the naughty video, Alice? Is it the one that's gonna get the stream kicked? Is it the one that's going to get the stream kicked?
She's got naughty things on.
I showed it yesterday on our party stream. I showed it.
Oh, perfect. All right, 10 floating hearts from Scruff. We love you, Scruff. Thank you so much. Ashley Reeves with 5 jewels. We got a little treat in here. Thank you, ma'am. This authentic regarding the fishing boat.
Hey, how
our
are you?
pretty girl in the chat. Last week's New York Times and Washington Post corroborated the original investigation. The Post reporting the attacks were the work of a covert CIA operation. Source the Newsline.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
for
thank
that.
you.
Thank you, this authentic. She was on the stream last night. She's
Yes, she
so
was.
awesome. She
Yeah.
came on camera.
She
and
brought
everything.
champagne.
Yeah, she did. And
She
so I
was
was like, come hang out with us sometime in our
Yeah.
girl stream, like she was
I think it was
so.
her first time on there, right? Yeah, it was her first time on there.
Yeah, Adn, you were on there too.
Yep,
She
I
was
saw
pretty
her. She's a
pretty little
pretty,
thing.
yeah, and I thought she looked like someone who went to the gym. Like I was literally just at the gym. I was like, "Is this the same person?" That freaked me out. Made you think, became a YouTube member. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's the best way to support our channels. Seriously. Scruff with 100 jewels. Thank you, Scruff. Quit gaslighting us. Love your name. 10 jewels. Love that. Walk-in wormfoot. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
so funny.
Yes, I am.
Walk in worm food.
I
walk
love
farm food. I love that, right?
I emailed Rio a drone thing, and that seemed relevant. Thank you for that.
I'm getting through my emails this weekend, so everybody just hang tight.
I love that. Sipes. I have never seen before media y'all want to. Yes, send that over, Kino. Do you follow us on X? That'd be awesome if you sent that on X.
He looks familiar. Yeah.
He is. It's actually Ken. I was calling him Kino forever.
Oh,
my
I
God,
was doing
Ken,
that too. Yeah, I think I
apologize.
called him Kino too.
Like
Kino kind of sounds badass though. It's like
Yeah.
Well, it's like a gambling, or isn't it like a game?
Is it?
Whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
So I was
Chris
like,
is going
yeah,
like
I
this.
love
Chris is
it.
going, yes, Rio, you're right.
Oh, I love that.
Cute.
Go Rio.
I'm gonna be craps.
Run,
look at that
Run or Doc
baby.
MD. Watch Dance with Jeffrey Prather ties it together. I love them.
Okay.
I love your puppy.
Me too. Very cute.
Awesome.
I love the ears.
She's really cool.
And Ken again. Sorry, not Kino. All. I apologize.
Forever Kino.
Yeah.
Kino in our hearts, Ken in our minds. We need boots on the ground locally, nationwide, so reports can be verified and shared as one data set via Signal. I can be the SoCal boot. Love you so much. Oh, that's so cute.
Thank you.
It's really
Thank
smart.
you, Ken. Well, thank you guys so much for.
Yeah.
Oh, we got one more. Thank you guys for these last minute supers as well.
Yep.
Emmanuel Munoz, do you think EK eventually steps down?
No.
Yes,
You don't think
I
so?
think they're going to boot her out.
I kind of think so too.
I think they're going to boot her out. They're going to board member her butt out of there.
Mm.
They
Thank
tried.
you to all the mods too. Thank you big time to my mods. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
thanks
Thank
to
you,
mod.
guys. Oh my gosh, you guys are
Great
so
shout
wonderful,
out.
amazing. Yeah, thank you for protecting our streams so we can keep talking about all this really important stuff and not get in algorithm trouble, even though we're sorry I didn't say bumblebees enough, guys. I apologize.
Yeah.
I tried.
Allie, do you have the other one you want pulled up? I'm trying to
Yeah,
see if I have it on there.
can you? I can't bring it up. I put it in the stage.
Let me
You see
see.
it? Maybe you
Is
have to
it
pull down the other one. Maybe.
Okay.
Remove the other one.
Remove this one. I'm gonna make sure that is it this one?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. Does anybody see anything wrong with this picture or this video? It's Adam Life is driving.
video.
He
Yeah,
is missing an
sure.
arm. He's missing an arm. And so
Floating
I
arm.
have a video of this. I did a live stream with this. I think I did it with Bays as well and Muppet. So he's taking Terrell's taking the SD card out of the camera, but in this section here where all those people were holding the signs and this tunnel part, people disappear. People are disappearing. His arm is missing. I don't know what's going on with this footage. I just wanted to show you guys and bring it back to the forefront because Candace was showing this clip and nobody's noticing it. Like he loses an arm. The guy over in the corner, the gate is blurred out. And this is from a video from Adam Life is Driving.
Well, I'd love to watch the video because that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just want to bring it back to light again.
Edited.
What
do you think it is?
I got a couple, like I showed this to Danks too. We did it on Danks' show as well. He said that is completely bizarre.
It's
completely bizarre. And if some, videographer can go through, even Chris does camera, said it was also bizarre as well, right?
Doesn't it kind of
it
look
was
like
a
in
little
that
bizarre.
wall it's blurred? Do you see that? Like it's like almost has a blurred effect but to that wall, and then the back. It's like was the background for some reason blurred.
And didn't we do something about UVU had that? What was it called?
Yes, they had a 3D printing replication sort of technology that they have there
At the school.
And one of the components can be used in holographics.
That's it, holographic.
I thought it was interesting, but there wasn't enough to prove that they could actually construct it at UVU. So I just thought that was very interesting because it's actually weird with what Adn was looking into with what she said as well, because this sort of artifacting or compression could be made by holographics or a micro EMP discharge. So that's very
I'm not saying I'm just showing you guys what the video shows.
It could also just be massive compression and artifacting. That could be it. But, there's a few things. It's just very odd.
It is.
Well,
very
they do say that EMP is it can impact your local devices, and some people said they lost footage. But then other people are like, well, how did we even get any camera footage? And so there's two sides of that coin. So we're being fair here. It's like some people did. We still have some video, but also people were like, I couldn't save my video. Even I saw that before too.
There was a lot going on that day, and all we know is that the official narrative, it's not adding up. So we're going to keep asking questions. I know Adn has a hungry kiddo, so we're going to go now, guys. We've had a great time.
Love you, Scotty.
And so much love to all of you.
Yes.
Thank you for being here, ladies. I had a blast.
Me too.
Same. We got to do it again one time. Again, we got to do this again.
Y'all have
Absolutely.
a great weekend.
It's great to meet you, Rio. I know we hadn't talked before. So
you as well.
good to see you.
All right, ladies.
All right.
See y'all later.
We'll see you next
Have a good
time.
night, all. Please like and subscribe and have a good one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.